This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house and owning it. Having an advocate who can help you navigate negotiations, timelines, inspections, and more can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from The Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4163. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock, Montgomery. And you are in the Men's Room. On tap today, the return of Who Sucks Less. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the Men's Room shot of the day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack.
All right, here we go. Rhode Island man gets his jaw broken after picking a bad song on the jukebox. Meanwhile, 38,000 people get certified for CPR in case your artery blocks. Naked man in L.A. holding a chihuahua is placed under arrest. Kentucky man proves his kids are not the ones that he likes best. And in Michigan, highway goers get an unexpected undressing. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, it is with alarming regularity that we see stories about people finding snakes in their toilet. King snakes, cobras, boa constrictors, black snakes. They've all been found in toilets over the years, but most recently, a man in Thailand discovered a snake in his toilet. Now, unfortunately, he did not make this discovery until after it sank its fangs into his testicles. According to him, he had to beat the thing to death with a toilet brush, and by that thing, of course, I mean the snake. Now, according to our friends at... So I want to be very clear about that. According to our friends at Roto-Rooter, snakes are just one of the 5 animals that they say are commonly found in toilets. Add frogs, rats, squirrels, and possums to round out the top 5, although people have found iguanas, bats, and my personal nightmare, tarantulas in their toilets. So we can all agree that having a snake bite one's genitalia in the bathroom is not the experience any of us want, but that's not the only thing that can go wrong in the bathroom. There's a guy who was trapped in an airplane bathroom for about half an hour. A different man on a different flight, he was trapped for over an hour in that plane's bathroom. And then a third guy, he sustained injuries when the flight he was on made a bumpy landing while he was still trapped in that plane's bathroom. Hell, U.S. Olympic sprinter Kendall Ellis, earlier this summer, she almost missed her 400-meter semifinal qualifying when she found herself trapped in a porta potty just before the race. And in Canada, a bar had its liquor license suspended after staff closed and locked the bar, not noticing the customer passed out in the bathroom. Oh, then earlier this year, right here in Seattle, a contractor found a hand grenade while doing a bathroom remodel. As he said, he got the hell out of there. Makes sense. I would do the same. Look, the bathroom can be a mysterious place. I mean, hell, half the time you announce what it is you're going to do. Hey, man, I'm going to go drop a bomb, milk the cobra, whatever you say. But that doesn't mean that your bathroom experience is a normal one. And that's what we want to talk about today with today's question. What was your most unique bathroom experience?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, and quite another navigating the world of negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. Guidance from an agent who's a Realtor can make all the difference, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragechek.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragechek.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
These deals are working hard to save you money. From August 28th through September 3rd, save 15% off Balin stock tanks, $200 off Black Diamond log splitters, and find big discounts on shoes for the family.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
Make the most of your Labor Day weekend with Coastal.
You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, which all's way we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4163. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeats. Steve, the exciting return of Who Sucks Less. It's hard to believe that people do some bad stuff, but you find 3 stories each and every week of people in the news not being on their best behavior.
Yeah.
And
you can say that.
It's up to us to determine out of these 3 stories which one sucks the least. What is the general theme of this week's Who Sucks Less?
I would say you could call this one scams or perhaps misleading people. Is that fair, Mike?
It's called lying, Steve.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, people trying to get out of child support payments maybe went a little extreme. Let's see. You don't
It's
like
not
the
about
local...
It's not about the kids, Steve. It's about their mother.
Yeah, basically. And he didn't want to pay that. There's someone getting breast implants.
Yep.
Someone.
Yeah, it's just odd stuff.
All right.
It's odd stuff.
Hey, I've thought about it. The return of Who Sucks Less is coming up. We also have some updated locations on the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing for you. Speaking of Men's Room World Tour, we hit Mike's Chili Parlor up this Saturday from 5 until 8.
Let's go.
Free event, no charge to get in the door, 21 years of age or older. Got some good news today as the fine folks from Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa Company, the San Juan Salsa Company, will also be joining us.
Oh, nice.
Along with the Uli's Famous Sausage Men's Room IPA beer brats, and of course, the Black Raven beer known as Men's Room IPA. Mm-hmm. Brand new one will be there as well on tap. Keep in mind, all 3 of those products benefit our friends at the 3 local Fisher House locations. So anytime you buy the beer in your favorite grocer, convenience store, we do have some exciting news we will be bringing you here within, I hope, the next couple of weeks on a lot of additional locations where you will be able to find the Men's Room IPA from Black.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff coming.
I mean, vendors that are more than likely going to be everywhere in your area.
Yep.
at your favorite concerts, at your favorite sporting events. The beer is selling very well. People seem to enjoy it. We've got a big can now. So we have a single, I believe is that a 19-ounce can, Ted, or 20?
It's 19 point something.
Okay.
I guess that's just the can size available.
Close enough. And man, if you're at a sporting event, grab the big beer.
Yeah.
Because, by the time you sit down, get a couple of those. And
Maybe because it's an IPA, they can't put it in a 22?
I guess. I just, when I saw something about like the 19 point whatever can size, I'm like, when I think of beer, you think 16, 24. I never think 19 point something.
Right. So the event is from 5 until 8. Here's some additional entertainment for you. The final Seahawks game kicks off at 7. Yeah. Mike has a TV out on the deck. He's got tons of TVs inside the bar. You'll have tons of beer brats there. The beer, it's going to be a good afternoon. So, and the weather's not supposed to be great, and Mike's got a nice indoor bar. So it's not going to be hanging outside.
I would also say, too, there's 2 sporting events going on. So maybe you're coming home from the Mariners game, pop in.
Right.
Maybe you're going to the Seahawks game, pop in.
Is that a home game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I would.
It's all happening Saturday,
That's
Steve.
Right. And then I would highly recommend walking next door to Trader Joe's and getting some of that orange chicken they have.
I got a freezer full of it right
I'm
now,
just saying,
bro.
maybe some salmon they have.
It's 8 o'clock. I better go grocery shopping.
I'm going to go to Trader Joe's. It's a Saturday night. What are you doing?
Get the orange chicken. Like I said, I got it in the freezer. I think that's tomorrow's meal. Right. We kind of mapped out our dinners for this week, and that is definitely up there.
And get the s'mores ice cream.
We also have the dumplings to go with it.
And don't forget this. So Saturday, Men's Room World Tour mics from 5 until 8. Friday, we do our 5th annual Kicks for Kids campaigns. We got a busy couple of days here coming up. We're going to try to get as many brand new pairs of shoes on kids who need it in the area. Thanks to our friends at Mary's Place, who we have teamed up with for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So far, thanks to you, over $200,000 has helped us put a brand new pair of shoes for kids going back to school, give them that confidence they need. They get to pick out their own kicks, by the way. So if you could head to KISW.com, donate, please, what you can now. If you got $5, you got $50, whatever you have. We'll appreciate it. Obviously, we will make the hard press on Friday to hit that $20,000 goal. But please, if you can give, we appreciate that. And today on our question, what was your most unique bathroom experiences? Now, a unique aspect about a bathroom is there are all types of components, from being in the shower to taking a bath to using the sink, washing your hands, and sitting on the toilet.
Or going through other people's medicine cabinets.
Exactly.
Smoking.
And the
Yeah, a lot of smoking.
And the latter is where we start on this story. As we head to Thailand, where a man was there just to check out the beaches. But he's now living out a real-life horror show. Imagine sitting down on a toilet, and suddenly a vicious snake sinks its fangs into your satchel. This guy doesn't even have to imagine this happening. It actually happened. The guy's name is Thanat Tangawanan. He shared his nightmarish story on social media, telling the world about his unbelievably terrifying story. He posted a video of him grabbing the python with blood all over the bathroom floor. And we're guessing that is his blood. According to Thanat, his Sunday started off like any other, with a married dad waking up around 10 a.m. and heading into the bathroom. What kind of married dad with kids wakes up at 10 a.m.?
Does he have kids?
Yes.
How old are the kids?
That's a good question. That just seems to be
I'm guessing they're teens if you can stay in bed until 10 a.m.
Did you say he's on vacation?
No, he lives there. He definitely lives there. Thanat said he first flushed the toilet first, Ted, to make sure there were no unwanted surprises.
There you go.
It's a commonality, right? Because monsoon season often brings reptiles out of the depths, and in this case, oftentimes entering
out of the
homes.
depths and into your toilet, yes.
Suddenly, Thanat said, he felt a sharp pain in his testicles and realized something had stuck its teeth into his jewels. He immediately then spotted the culprit as he sat up. The terrifying snake had his fangs still dug into his scrotum. He said he firmly grabbed the snake, the one that bit him, and tried to rip it out of the toilet. But the snake was too strong and stayed locked in place. Freaking out, Thanat said he scanned the room and zeroed in on a toilet brush, which he used to brutally beat the snake until it finally went limp and died.
Jesus.
What kind of toilet brush does he own?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah. He then asked a neighbor to bring him to the hospital so he could get tested and receive medical treatment. Now he said he feels fine, and so do his testicles. He's been nursing the snake bites on his groin and trying to heal up down there. As for the reptile, it was non-venomous.
Doesn't matter
which is
at that point.
A small comfort.
I just wanted to check your prostate.
Yeah. But, Ted, that brings us to this.
Tasty satchel.
5 animals that might show up in your toilet to terrify you.
It's according to Roto-Rooter. They're just, and as they said, these are the, quote, common ones.
In 2015, San Diego's Department of Animal Services removed a 5.5-foot-long rainbow boa from a toilet in an office building. The unfortunate person who found the snake noticed a higher than normal level of water in the bowl when she began to plunge it, and the snake popped out. I thought my eyes were deceiving me. This is every person's worst nightmare. Officials believe the snake found did not come in through the toilet, but was instead left there by someone. Still, snakes pop up in toilets very often. Based on the story that we just read, there's an Israeli man. He was bitten on the penis by a snake. A Staten Island man was brushing his teeth when he saw a king snake in his toilet. In Mumbai, a family got a 6-foot cobra that was coming out of their toilet like it would a wicker basket.
I will bite your ass if you sit down.
And a black woman found a black snake in her commode when she sat up.
Why did they have to say she was black?
I know. And a black woman.
The snake.
You said a black woman found a black snake.
No. Pennsylvania woman found a black snake.
All right.
Well, there's black women
That's
in
what I heard,
Pennsylvania.
too.
No, but it's just like, why
Oh,
would they
Lord,
ask?
no, you ain't going to be in my toilet. You best get your ass up out of here.
Don't touch my hair.
Who wrote that article?
Snake touched her and she
You don't
beat it to
generally
death.
go for the white toilet.
It was fine around the butt.
Like black snakes only go in black toilets?
Yeah.
They only bite black.
What is
The
this, the
safer
60s?
Makes me feel better. You just put it in there as opposed to them typing it out like,
I'm a black woman. She found a black snake in the toilet. And she said, I ain't having that.
Did I really say a black? Did I really say a black woman?
You
Yeah.
said a black woman found
I said a black woman in Pennsylvania found a black snake.
No,
And
you didn't.
I was just like, what the color of her skin has nothing to do with that snake in her toilet.
Vital details.
Might have been a racist snake. You never-
Don't get your legless reptile ass up out my toilet.
Exactly.
A self-hating.
It's a hooded cobra.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't in a Cracker Barrel, was it? Next up of the 5 animals that might show up in your toilet to terrify you is
You paying rent? Get your ass out of here.
I kicked my own son out.
Yeah.
Don't think for 1 minute. Next up is
White
rats.
people only get attacked by great whites?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Wow.
much.
Wow,
I mean, do
come
the
on.
math.
There's
Come
another
on.
stereotype there.
Come on.
Who's the last brother's been attacked by a shark? Every shark.
I'll tell you
Jaws
who-
3.
No.
Yeah, that was Mario Van Peebles.
One of those guys who spearfish, like in Jamaica, I bet, because they attract sharks.
But somehow
Because
they
the
don't
blood,
get
the
bitten.
blood coming out of the fish, right?
But they still don't get bitten. It's always like a white dude, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, man, we were in Delaware last year.
What about a
week.
white? What about a white rhino though? That only attacks black people. 'Cause that's Africa.
Yeah, it's like I got my
Law of
outfit.
averages.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but only on safari. You brought white people with
that's
you. I'm coming.
There's nobody black in the Black Crows.
That is misleading. Same thing with the Black Keys. Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Blackie Lawless is white.
I know.
His name's Blackie.
Find a black dude that goes by Whitey.
There's got to be one.
Whitey Bulger, right? No, he's a white
guy.
dude.
I will say, if there's a black guy that goes by Whitey, he did
did not come up with that nickname.
Right.
Yep.
He did not come up with that himself. Are you looking for a black Whitey?
You're damn right.
Whatever.
There's got to be a black white.
And only white people eat black licorice.
That's true. I don't know any brothers that eat black liquor.
I hate black licorice. All right, next up, animal.
Not even liquid
Well, I
form.
mean, I like this.
Studio smelled a lot like licorice lately.
Next up on the list is rats. Jesus, that's terrible. It's this no urban legend. Rats can totally crawl up into your toilet bowl. Just ask a couple in South London who are afraid to go to the bathroom after a rat kept poking its head up into the toilet bowl for 8 months.
Oh, it's a rat here.
In 2013. Or the Brooklyn residents who are watching TV when a rat entered their apartment through their toilet from the 8th floor.
Oh, Splinter, get out of my toilet.
It happens all the time. Dead apartments. So rat's the next one. Next up on the list,
That
probably
is the Jersey thing. They're going to insult the rat.
Right.
maybe one of the least worrisome is frogs. A lot less scary, but yeah, Florida residents all the time find frogs coming up in pretty good size in their toilets.
Bud.
Back to Florida, where there are squirrels. A writer for Tallahassee Magazine recounted what happened when her cats tipped her off to a squirrel in the toilet in 2010.
Would you even care?
A woman in Edmond, Oklahoma, discovered a squirrel basically swimming around in her bowl. It took 2 officers several minutes to apprehend the creature.
Two officers to get a squirrel out of a toilet.
Which jumped in out of the toilet and ran around the bathroom. They took it to a local park and released it. A Winnipeg resident in Canada heard loud noises coming from her toilet. I was envisioning monsters. Instead, she found a very smelly squirrel, caked with whatever the pipes were inside for it crawled in.
Whatever. You know what's in there.
And I think toilet. I think maybe the worst as far as the teeth and the look, possums.
Yeah, possums aren't cute, and even Disney doesn't try to put a positive spin on a possum.
In Australia, a resident was doing the laundry in the bathroom, and the water in his toilet began to gurgle. And out popped a baby possum. It was like the toilet had given birth.
Hello, mate.
And in 2013, West Virginia writer Karen Fuller recounted the tale of finding a dead possum in her toilet, which, depending on your point of view, might be worse than a live one. But either way, that's some of the animals that can pop up in your toilet.
The common ones.
Yeah, exactly. And one more little story here for you real quick. We head down to Eugene, Oregon. A woman who lives in the West University area woke up to a stranger taking a shower in her apartment. This happened on Friday. A 911 call. Hey, there's some dude in my house taking a shower. The woman reported to police she just woke up to the sound of the shower running and got up to investigate and found a man naked in her shower. She then left her apartment and called police. Officers made several attempts to call the suspect out of the building. They were unsuccessful. So they had to go there and grab his naked ass out. Officers ultimately located the unclothed man, identified as 34-year-old Isaac Arthur Goodman, in the shower, all lathered up, and arrested him without further incident. So our question, what was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at americanstandardair.com/electrification.
If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that human connection means the world. By connecting with one another, we know we're not alone. By connecting, we feel what others feel. We breathe better, laugh easier, and feel healthier. At Regents, connection is at the heart of everything we do. It inspires our commitment to our communities and to you. Here, health isn't just a you thing, it's a we thing. Regents Blue Shield. Together we health.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Our question, what was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
By the way, you were talking earlier about the 5 animals most common to be found in the toilet.
Yep. Rats, snakes, possums,
frogs, and snakes. So whatever the hell. Anyway, possums came up. And we're talking about how ugly they are. And people, they started texting in saying, you should look at the Australian possum. It's actually cute. Like, come on. So I did. I Googled the Australian possum. That would not freak out.
Good looking animal.
It's a cute little animal. Yeah. I don't know what happened to North American opossums, but man, like something went wrong with our possums.
There's nothing attractive on them.
No.
Tail's ugly.
Yeah, the Australian possum, cute little critter.
Face is ugly.
I just eat bugs. That's all I do.
Some of the text that came in, it says, I think my most unique bathroom experience would have been the poop that I had taken earlier, shot out of the toilet and onto the bathroom floor.
Oh.
To this day, I have no idea what caused that to happen, but it made a huge mess, and I didn't enjoy cleaning it up.
If it's yours, it's not nearly as bad.
It's not as bad, but it's still bad. And then someone here says, sat down to take an S in Afghanistan back in my Army days. No sooner as I pop a squat, out rolls a rat fighting a scorpion of similar size.
Whoa!
Yeah, my bet was on the scorpion, but the rat was able to bite its head off and run away with its prize. Fun times.
Damn.
Jesus, dude.
Okay.
Okay, I've had nothing like that. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, well, this was me back in basic training, and I'd been having these stomach pains throughout the night. I wasn't sure what was going on, but then I got out of my bunk because when everyone was sleeping, I got out, like threw up a tiny bit, but it was just enough for me to be like, yeah, maybe I should get this, checked out because my stomach was still hurting. Go down, tell the drill sergeant what's going on. And while we're waiting for the shuttle to pick me up to take me to the hospital, I started violently throwing up. I made it to where we fill our canteens. There's a grate there, so nobody had to clean it up really. But the two guys were watching me were like, oh crap, this guy is really sick. So I get there and they get x-rays and my insides, you can see the x-ray, it's just completely gray where my stomach is. I am completely backed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to get both an enema and a laxative at the same time.
And how long did it take for that to kick in?
Immediately.
Yeah. The enema, it's like a magic trick.
That jug stuff, you probably haven't gotten a colonoscopy yet, but if you have, that stuff you have to drink the night before.
Yeah.
Be close to a toilet. Do not play an away game. Do not think you can go to the grocery store. That stuff is just lightning quick, man. I've never experienced, and trust me, I'm a person who takes a Metamucil every day.
Yeah.
So I try to take something to soften, so to speak. But, man, that was just immediate. I mean, wow, man.
Dude, what is it that backed you up? Why do they think that happened?
MREs.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just eating in general. I don't know. Never had a problem before or since.
Okay, so it's just kind of a one-off.
Yeah.
Was it substantial?
I was on the can for 45 minutes straight.
Yeah, okay.
How long had it been since you pooped before they gave you the enema and laxative?
I could have sworn, because we did it every day. We actually had a tradition, so to speak, that after dinner chow every night, that all the guys, we would rush to the latrine, and then we'd start calling it out like football plays.
Okay. So you're on a pretty normal schedule, just, all right. Yeah. That's kind of remember the guy who, I think it was in England, and they popped him on something drug possession or intent to sell drugs, whatever the situation was.
Mm-hmm.
But he swallowed the evidence, which is not unheard of. The cops are like, look, we're not stupid. We're still taking you to jail. But I guess based on English law specifically, if you cannot produce the evidence, you got to let the case go away. Even if you saw him do it, but you can't prove it, right? Yep. So they take his ass to jail. They wait 24 hours. He refuses to poop. The guy made it 45 days in jail without pooping, to the point that they monitored him to make sure that he did not poop when they weren't looking, quote unquote. He didn't poop for 45 days.
He held it.
They actually had to drop the charges and let the guy go because their statute of limitations on that ran out. Mm-hmm. I cannot imagine how bad that guy blew up a bathroom and he's like, look, man, I got away with this. 45 days later. How many days do you think you could go voluntarily not pooping? Because this guy, there's nothing medical. This guy made a decision for 45 days. And camping, I think I've gone 3 days.
That's exactly what I was saying.
3 or 4.
4 days, probably.
4? And you think that's it?
But you're not also eating as much and you're burning more calories because typically if you're camping and you're hiking, you're a little bit more active than not.
Still feel like at some point your body's like, we got to go. But yeah, camping, for some reason, I don't even get poop pains when I'm camping.
Yeah.
Somehow I've already convinced my ass, it's not going to happen. Let's not even play this game.
This was a unique one based on the fact of what the cleanup process was. So a girl that I work with who was on the air, she was having a party in her apartment. Mm-hmm. She had a one-bedroom apartment with one bathroom, but they had a nice little, they were on the ground level, and pretty big off the slider yard area.
Okay.
And they were kind of in a remote location. They were on a corner, so it was more of their yard than anyone else's. So she throws a party. Most of the party was out back. Party eventually comes inside. One of the sales managers, she shows up with a couple of the sales girls. This is going to be their initial stop on a night out.
Okay.
All right. So they're just going to blow by the party, hang out for a little bit, drink a little bit, and then they had other plans, whatever they were. So this woman, by the way, was, Halle Berry beautiful.
Okay.
That's the best way I can describe her. If Halle Berry had long hair, this woman was stunningly beautiful. And she was also a manager, so she was our boss. Unbeknownst to us, all the girls that she was with, they were all drinking wine at the time. So they brought a couple bottles of wine to throw.
That is shocking.
Also, what I did not know at the time, but found out later, was that our sales manager was really, really into pain pills.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that one of her favorites was muscle relaxers, okay? I guess she had probably taken one and started drinking the wine. The woman who's hosting the party, she and her boyfriend, a guy named Ted, he taps me on the shoulder. He goes, "Miles, I need your help immediately." And I was, at this point in time, as everyone else is getting ready to leave, the crowd is funneling out.
Yeah.
We're going to a bar now. We're going to start hanging out there. There was like a block down the road. Anyway, so the manager goes in to use the bathroom one final time. Now, she never made it. She never made it to the toilet. All right.
Oh.
So, but it was all in the bathroom, and this was all. She fell, and when she fell, she brought down not only the shower curtain, not a big deal, easy to replace. But there's crap all over the shower curtain. She takes a towel rack down and then uses the two towels, they're bath towels,
right,
to try to clean up the.
How much mess did she make?
Once we got her off the floor,
so is she covered in poop too?
She's on the floor.
Right.
Yeah, completely. The whole floor. There was not one speck of anything on the toilet. I don't know how this happened. There were handprints on the walls. The tub was covered. The shower curtain was covered. It was one of the most. You just walked in and you were like, I don't even know how she did it. I'm impressed. This is absolutely, and it was absolutely one of the worst smells ever. And you have to remember, I could not look at this person the same way. Again, this woman is drop dead gorgeous. I couldn't even. There was no ever any thought in my brain ever again about her being beautiful. I just could not.
Because all you see is a poop-covered woman.
Well, we also had to clean her up. So we then had to,
Wait, how do you get roped into this? Because you do not
Because
rent
her
the
two
apartment.
friends came around the corner and looked in the bathroom, went, "Oh, God," and then ran back outside.
But that's your friend.
Whose house was it? It was Heather and Ted's. So then we had to get.
Neither Heather nor Ted is helping you.
Ted is trying to get me.
All right,
to
so
help
he
pick her up.
Okay, that makes more sense. He's helping. His wife's not.
Yeah, well, no, she doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
Who wants to have something to do with
Okay,
that?
but at this point in time, we need to get her clothes off. So I start running the bath water because there's no way she's leaving without a bath. And Heather needs to give her clothes. Like, there's no way she can wear what she had. Nothing. There's nothing salvageable on her from her shoes all the way up to her neck. There's nothing. So then we had to go out physically and get one of her friends to go in there and to undress her and to put her in the bathtub. Now, after that was being done, so once she gets in the bathroom, then she's over there. They kind of closed the shower curtain, and me and Ted, which was covered in crap, Ted and I started to clean up the floor, try to clean up the walls. We put the towels in the washing machine. We put her clothes in the washing machine. She basically ended up staying there for the night because she was in such bad shape. She stayed on their couch that night. But to walk in there and see that, it was just... it was amazing. I'd never seen anything like it in my life.
So you see her the next Monday, right? You're back at work. It's water under the bridge. Is there that weird eye contact? Because, in other words, does she even remember that you were there?
Does she remember that?
Part of the cleanup.
Well, you have to remember. Think about the configuration of our sales environment at that facility at the Rotunda, not the Rotunda in Washington Avenue. So the sales department was way.
Oh, this was in that building.
Yeah, this is when I first worked there in 97.
Okay, all right.
96, 97. So this was way down the hallway. So I very rarely saw her, but like anything else, there's only one way in to this office, and if I'm on the air in the afternoon or whatever, she's got to walk by me every time she goes in and out of the building. And salespeople leave, come and go, and do appointments all the time. But she would never look into the studio.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. Never. Never again. Never again. It was.
Did you ever do a Miles thing where you suddenly drop hints about it like, "Hey, I made some chocolate pudding. Would you like some?"
Well, so everybody knew. Everybody had heard the story from somebody or another. Yeah. But everyone wanted my take on it. And I didn't really want to talk about it. You know, like
I don't believe
You didn't want to talk about it?
this is right in your
because
wheelhouse.
Because I was involved in the cleanup, it was still just like, yeah, because even describing it now, I'm like, God, there was just so much poop everywhere. Like, it was on the sink, everywhere she tried to reach up to pull herself up, except for the toilet. The toilet was spotless.
I mean, I've never cleaned up a human. I've had to help clean up human poop twice.
This was
how
not,
do you get
this doesn't even qualify.
Like, to me,
this doesn't even qualify as, it looked like a kid splashing in a mud puddle. It did not even look remotely like anything that was solid.
So to answer your question, one was because it happened at my place.
Okay, yeah.
But then the other one was, it was a group of us that were at like a rental place.
Right.
And it was like, or I guess it was like somebody in the somebody's family had this place. So then once we figured out that there was actual human poop, like in the carpet and stuff, it just turned into like the one guy just wasn't going to do it. So it was like, all right, we'll pitch in, group effort. Let's clean this up.
Yeah.
I still look at him in the eye. I know these people. I think Miles is dead wrong. If some hottie at work is like, you got to clean poop off me once, and then I'm like, okay, can we hook up now?
That's your in.
Yeah.
I will help you clean up your dirty, filthy ass in bathroom.
Well, I
we
wouldn't
can
say
go
it
on
to
a
her
date.
then.
I think that's the time you do it.
But I'm just saying,
we're going to
like-
make a deal because hey, look, Dad, I'm telling you, it's like pay half now, pay half later. Like, wait, if I clean up all this poop, all right, and then I ask you out and you say no, well, then I cleaned up your poop for no reason. I need
Correct.
to know then and there.
Then everybody's going to know how disgusting you are.
I'm all right with that.
Have you
like,
guys
look,
ever-
I got a date out of it, and I'm not the
No,
one
that's
that
what I'm
poops.
saying. If we don't end up going on a date, I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Everybody's
ever-
going to know.
I'm going to hit enter.
You poop on floors.
Have you ever seen the stylish, I'm going out for the night, pink or red colored Doc Marten boots, but they're more dressy boots?
Yeah.
Okay. I made the bad mistake of trying to take off one of those shoes, not realizing
This
what
is
I was,
on the Halle Berry.
Yeah. I'm just thinking I'm going to take off her shoes and her boots just to, start this process.
Yeah.
That was the worst place to start because I did not realize how much had gone into the boots.
Oh, God, it was in.
So as soon as I pulled it off with that, and you know how hard it is to get a pair of boots off of a woman?
Yeah.
Especially
Come
when
on,
they're-
these.
Yes, exactly. But they have more of a heel on them. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But either way, so I'm trying to pull these things off, man. And Doc Marten boots,
Yeah, they're snug.
they're not easy to get. That's why I cannot believe all that crap got in there. No pun intended. I don't even know how it got down through there. And as soon as I popped it up, it was like, and I looked in her whole, everything was brown. Everything was brown. It's just
gross.
like, good God, woman. What was your
Hey,
most...
pull up a picture. I want to see what this woman looks like, right? I'm sure it'll be a
Okay.
dated picture. And then if she's so hot that being covered in poop is going to ruin it for me.
I might need to make a quick text during the break and see if I can remember her last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. I just want to see what this woman, because my buddy used to do this to me when we were younger. And at this time, Cindy Crawford was breaking big as far as the supermodel, right? Victoria's Secret started sending out its catalogs, all this good stuff. So, like any red-blooded teenage boy, like, this chick's hot, this chick's hot, this chick's hot. And my buddy Paul would do all right, picture Cindy Crawford. I'm like, yeah. She has diarrhea. She's sitting on the toilet. I'm like, man, really? He goes, no, I want you to think about that every time. Now, here's what's stupid about it. That was over 30 years ago, and to this day, I recognize that she's a good-looking woman. But because he planted that in my head, she has some, like, long 2-minute infomercial or something. Right. She pops on, it's like, hi, I'm Cindy Crawford. And my first thought now is, you have diarrhea. And it's not true. It's never been a thing. But once he said that, it just kind of, it almost ruined it for me.
Only when you look at her.
But it's so stupid. Like, I want to look at this woman and find her attractive. I recognize that she's attractive, but thanks to my buddy Paul, every time I look at her, she's on the toilet, cramped over, holding her stomach, has diarrhea that you can hear.
Oh, no.
Like, thanks, dude. That's really cool. I'm glad you did that.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rich. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
It's your favorite driver, Rich Tacoma Rocket Pods.
Oh, what's going on, Rich?
The scenario is I was in the bathroom with these two gals. We were partying. I was sitting on the toilet, not going to the bathroom. And one gal was in the tub, naked, obviously, and the other gal was sitting in front of me. And we were doing nitrous. And I was going to do about 5 or 6 big hits of nitrous and then jump in the tub with the gal in there. Well, I remember doing about 5 or 6, and all of a sudden, I zapped out. And I was in a spy movie. And I remember I was going through the living room, and a couch was there, and I was going through different spy things. Then the next thing I knew, we'll call her Racer X. She's in front of me, and all of a sudden she starts coming out of the wall. It's like, whoa. And I had no idea what was going on. She comes out of the wall, and I'm trying to describe to her what I'm going through. And then all of a sudden the gal in the tub, we'll call her Racer Y, she just said something to me. It's just like, whoa, shocked the bejesus out of me. And then it took me a few seconds to recover, but I almost fell off the toilet, and they took the nitrous away from me.
Yeah, see if we can get an idea.
Smooth.
Yeah, did you end up hooking up with either one of these women?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fun night from then on, but it was fun. Anyway, I missed you guys last night at
Limp Bizkit.
Wherever we went with it. Yeah, Limp Bizkit. I took the morning crew guys there and gals, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. Look, they said they had a blast. They said the show was great.
But none of them saw, so maybe you did, Rich. Who's the opening? Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
Did you see Corey Feldman?
We got there a little late, but I talked to some people, and they said he just knocked it out of the park.
Awesome. All right.
It was just fantastic.
Okay, because I've heard other things, like check out the videos. They're horrific.
Yeah, somebody told me he was a train wreck. So, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe he knocked it out of the park as a train wreck.
Our question, what was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house and owning it. Having an advocate who can help you navigate negotiations, timelines, inspections, and more can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragechek.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragechek.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
These deals are working hard to save you money. From August 28th through September 3rd, save 15% off Balin stock tanks, $200 off Black Diamond log splitters, and find big discounts on shoes for the family.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
Make the most of your Labor Day weekend with Coastal.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. the podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. 99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Win your share of $100,000 cash. It is easy. Just listen to our show on the Odyssey app for 1 hour for your chance to qualify to win. I believe, and it is a national contest. I think Castle said, what was 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4.
I thought it was even more than that, man.
Out of Seattle?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we've done really well, man. So all you got to do is listen for an hour on the Odyssey app. If you don't have it, download it now. It's absolutely free. Just listen for 1 hour anytime during the day. And that's how you qualify to win. Our question, what was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Couple of quick texts here. Says, when I was a youth pastor, I rushed into a public bathroom in the basketball arena at the University of Tennessee, slipped into a stall to do my business. Bathroom was empty until the dozens of women came in. You see, I had not realized it was the women's restroom. I hid in that bathroom stall for more than half an hour waiting for the bathroom to empty out because sneaking out myself, being caught in the women's restroom is undoubtedly a death sentence for a youth pastor.
Well, sometimes, too, when I've done it before where you're not paying any attention. Right. And you walk around the corner, if there's a hallway, and then you see a woman, you're like, oh, God,
those bathrooms.
Try to get out as quick as you can. It wasn't intentional. Just like, oh, no.
Almost did that at the airport in Philly. You just see restrooms.
Mm-hmm. The airport is probably one of the easier ones because usually it's one hallway and then
one hallway, right?
Splits.
And I made a right. Turns out we were to the left, but the woman was walking out, and we made eye contact. She just kind of smiled. I'm like, yep, went the wrong way.
Well, first time I ever walked into an Outback Steakhouse, I was probably 24, 25
You don't
years
know the
old.
difference between a Sheila and
Joey? Was that the other one? I don't know.
I know Sheila's are women. What is the guy? Because out back they do that. It says Sheila's.
But I just stood there, and finally somebody walked out of the bathroom. I was like, oh, thank God.
Okay, now I know where to go. Someone here says, I was once taking a dump at a frat party in a doorless stall. A chick walks into the urinal across from me, turned around facing me, made eye contact with me, peed into the urinal, and then left without saying a word.
Impressive.
That's a good one. How many chicks have you seen use the urinal?
You know what?
Right. One of my younger days, under 20. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. Like, well, we all do. That's why we're in line. But all the dudes are always like, go ahead.
Well, men also have a generally understood knowledge of looking at that woman's line at a sporting event and realizing if someone is really having an emergency, let them go.
Yeah.
No one's there to look at you or anything like that. You're going into a stall. You're closing the door. We
hope.
Yeah. So for the most part.
Or don't hope, depending.
Sorry, the Outback Steakhouse men's room is known as the Blokes.
Blokes.
Okay.
Blokes and Sheilas.
I mean, I hear ya. When we went to Luke Combs a couple summers ago, there was a lot of women at the end using the men's bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been in bars where it's like, you gotta wait.
Yeah, just wait.
You know what I mean?
Like, just depends on the circumstance.
We all have to pay.
Like, if somebody's gonna drop a deuce, I don't care who you are, I'll cut you slack.
Right.
But like, she just don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Actually, I used the women's bathroom
Lady
here once.
privilege.
When Robin was here, man, I can't remember why I would not go into the... Oh, somebody had blown up the men's bathroom, like, real bad, right? And I'm like, Robin, I got to poop, but I got to poop bad, but I cannot go into that bathroom, right? I cannot.
Did you have her guard the door?
No, she was like, look, man, just slide into the women's room. I'm like, are you sure? Do you understand what it is I'm telling you I need to do? She goes, oh, I've gone to the bathroom. I know I don't need to go in there for a while. So I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So their bathroom much nicer.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but it's a cement wall in between the men and the women's bathroom. And if those walls can talk.
You could hear stuff.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Those walls can talk.
There was a coworker. I brought this up to VD, and it's kind of not to the level of your story, Miles, but someone who we find attractive. And we just went into the bathroom at the same time. No big deal. I'm taking a leak. But I can hear that they're doing more than taking a leak through the wall. And it was like bad. Like clearly she was just being nice when she said hello to me in the hall because clearly she needed to be on that throne. And I heard all the sound and fury. And through the time me washing my hands, she's still gone. I leave the bathroom. She's still in there. And I mean, I was going to VD's office. I'm like, man, I don't want to ruin this for you, but I got to share this with someone. Like I heard everything, and it was a lot to listen to.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Long-time listener, second-time caller.
Oh, thank you.
I was back in the late 80s, I was at a nightclub down in Lakewood, and watched these two guys. Of course, it was back during the tail end of Miami Vice days, so need I say what they were doing. I watch these two guys go in, and I get up to use the bathroom, and I follow a guy in who, for lack of a better term, looked like Bill Gates. He goes in the bathroom, and apparently these guys were cutting up some Peruvian booger sugar on the counter. David Lee Roth would have been proud on this one. But the Bill Gates-looking guy walks in, walks right up, takes a look, see what they're doing, and they just sneezed.
Oh,
It was on the mirror, the counter, the floor, all over these two guys who got that cutting it up. I've never seen Mr. Gates run so fast in my life. These guys were right on him. How the hell they didn't catch him, I don't know. But I'm standing there under disbelief thinking, well, there's about $500 gone right there.
Do you think he meant to, or was it just an accident?
No, it was a total accident.
But he just blew their entire stash off the counter.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Did you laugh out loud?
Yeah.
I was standing there stunned like this did not just happen.
And then they didn't go back to clean it up.
Yeah, the best part is they're chasing this guy out the door, and the bouncer gets them. And like I said, these guys are caked. It's obvious. They look like a sugar-covered donut.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good times.
Oh, yeah. And I go make sure they didn't catch the guy. And I knew the bouncer, and he asked what happened. I told him. The bouncer looks at him and goes, you didn't think to clean that stuff up first? And then it clicked. These guys all of a sudden thought, oh, wow, we better go get that. They didn't get a chance. They got 86.
Yeah, man, look, if somebody spreads your stash, so to speak, it might be annoying, but grab your credit card and get what you can.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
It's amazing how many bars and just general places that have kind of more of a kitschy sense of humor.
Right.
Instead of like a chain restaurant or whatever. But if you go into I was in a bar in Oregon getting lunch, and they had a sign in the inside of the bathroom. Please don't do cocaine in here.
Right.
Essentially, like some are a little bit more cheeky than others
right.
as far as their verbiage on it. But please don't do coke in our bathroom.
I mean, I think my sign would be like, if you have to do coke here, please use the stall. Don't cut it up on the sink. That's just stupid. Yeah. Just use the stall.
Right. I had people over. I don't know. This was years ago. To each their own, right? But eventually, it's at my place, there's only one bathroom, and I'm like, you got to get out of there. And they're like, people have to pee,
right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you can't just hang because people kept going in there doing coke, and then they would just hang out and chat. It's like,
move it,
no,
move
right?
it, move it.
Like,
I remember that conversation.
Isn't that like one of the beauties?
One of the beauties.
You're fine. You weren't there, but isn't that one of the beauties of doing a drug like that? Is that you could just kind of be on your way?
You would hope so.
You can't. The problem is, man, once people get junked up on coke, they just want to keep going.
Yeah.
Right? Even though, dude, you can buzz for hours. You will be fine. But, I don't know. It's like opening a bag of chips. You could just eat 3 of them, but, the bag's open, so you're going to keep right? Even though you're full, you don't need another chip, but I'm just going to keep eating.
The other problem was that place at Belltown, right? It had a giant granite countertop.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy would always joke around and go, you know what granite says? You don't need a mirror. But I said that once, and some dude was like, cool. It just broke out of that and started chopping it up on my counter. I was like,
my own fault.
All right. I shouldn't have made that joke.
Really? He just...
Yeah. There was 5 or 6 of us. People are drinking and whatever, watching a game or something. And I was like, yeah, you know what it means. But it was right as he walked in, and he was just kind of like, oh, cool.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Go Hawks! Hello, Keith. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores, gentlemen.
Liquor and whores.
All right. Early 2000s, 2004, 2005, basic training in the Air Force, Lackland Air Force Base. For the people who've listened, they're there. They've realized it. They're little satellite buildings, 3 stories tall. You have, the cafeteria down below, command area, and then the barracks buildings and rooms on top. And they have all their own internal plumbing. And so when we started all this process, we get issued all of our clothing, underwear, socks, shirts, pants, etc. And we had to write our last initial and then our last 4 of our SO. So it might be A, 1, 2, 3, 4 on your underwear, right?
All right.
The kind of once laundry was done, you sort through everything. Well, there was a young guy that streaked his underwear pretty bad, and he was very embarrassed by it. And so he flushed his underwear down like 50-year-old pipes down into the basement. And these buildings were built when my dad was in Vietnam when he got drafted. So that's how old these buildings are. Well, that got flushed, and it blew out all the piping underneath the barracks building. And so it's like a sub-1, sub-2 level type structure underneath. And so that flooded up to ground level.
Oh, my God.
And so everyone had to get out. It's a biohazard. You can't use the restrooms and everything. So we're out doing PT like the next day. And on the basic training side of the base, you barely see any officers. And all of a sudden, on PT, there's maybe 200-300 of us out there. A full bird colonel and his whole staff and like a third-party plumbing company come marching out over to us, right? So we all halt. And this colonel lifts up a pair of underwear and says, "I need A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Raise your hand." And it's just dead silence. And you just see this one hand start to shakily rise. And let's just say we never saw that kid again.
You never saw him again?
Nope. He was in our barracks building, a different flight. But he probably got rolled back to week 1. I think this is week 9 or 10 at that time. But I'm assuming an old building like that and how that runs is probably a good 50 to 100 grand worth of damage they had to fix.
Damn.
I mean, do they give you this kind of warning when you get there? Like, hey, man, should you soil yourself beyond humiliation, please do not flush it down the toilet.
Yes, just because the buildings are so old. I mean, even toilet paper, they had problems. But yeah, it's bathroom related, but I think you guys would get a kick out of that.
Yeah, man. Don't label your underwear. That'd be my thing.
There's a reason why some places they don't even allow you to put paper down there.
Like you said, where's the place you stay in Mexico?
Mexico, yeah. That was weird, man.
And just the trash can, right?
Just the trash can. A specific trash can.
So it is a specific one designated.
Think of like a feminine disposal area separate from the actual trash. That was where that was supposed to go.
Okay.
But you're also kind of in the middle of nowhere, right?
I would have rather been able to bag it up, so to speak.
Right.
Just put a bag around the toilet and then take that outside
poop into
to the dumpster like I'm a dog and throw it away, then drop it in that trash. Because it was in there until the next day.
Was it sealed enough where you didn't smell it, or was there a whiff of it?
Well, there's nothing to... I mean, it had just like one of those flappy lids.
So it's not a specialized trash can. It's just a different trash can for you to put poop in.
It's like the kind that you see at a dog park to put your dog crap in. It's just
those things, man.
It's just got a green lid on it, you know what I mean, that lifts up and closes down. It's metal. It's not sealed or anything.
Speaking of which, man, so was it yesterday? Do you remember yesterday I reached in my front pocket and I pulled out that entire spool of dog poop bags?
Yeah.
They were in my pocket. I accidentally left them in there, brought them to work, whatever, no big deal. I get home, I take them out of my pocket. I do not remember I've done this. I take the dog for a walk.
Oh, now you don't have a bag.
Oh. Now I don't have a bag. But there's a woman there, and I'm staring, and it was a pretty sizable poop, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Because I even said to her, you're not going to believe this. I had poop bags in my pocket at work, blah, 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 blah. I said, but I want to figure this out. And she goes, well, she goes into her car. She pulls out an empty Lay's potato chip bag, one of the small ones.
Yeah.
And she had some paper towels in the glove compartment. So here I am. I'm picking up turds with a paper towel and stuffing them in this Lay's potato chip bag. It's a real weird kind of
What are you to do with that?
There was a trash can out front.
All right.
Okay. So, and luckily she found that. She said, there's a trash can over there. I'm like, this is weird. This is awful. This is awkward. But thank you. The timing of it worked out perfect.
Yeah, when I was dog sitting, I chirped a guy, but literally in the old neighborhood I lived in, this one patch of grass, it had a thing with bags on it.
Oh, okay.
Like that guy had no excuse.
Yeah. Actually, the worst I've had with that, it's one of those like Seattle neighborhood night out things that they do on a Tuesday night at random over the summer. And these people, they're in my neighborhood. I'm in Greenwood, walking my dog. Always had a bag. I always pick up after my bag.
Oh, that's neighborhood night. Or whatever.
Yeah, neighborhood, whatever they call it, right? So they've
a night out. Or
yeah,
something.
so they've closed off their street. There's got to be like 30 to 40 people. They pushed all these tables together. They're having a good time. They're even yelling over at me like, hey, when you're done walking your dog, join us, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, cool. Dog takes a dump, and the bag that I put in my back pocket, it is not there. Now, keep in mind, these people are staring at me, and there's a pile of dog crap. I'm standing there with the dog. They're now waiting for me to pick it up because enough time's gone by where they're starting to wonder, is he going to pick it up? Well, I had nothing, man. So I tucked my tail between my legs, walk back home. And when I get home, the bag that had been in my back pocket, it had blown out. It was against the fence. So I did walk back down there and pick it up. But even then, the look I got is, you're just doing it because we... And it's like, no, you know what? Okay, I'm just that guy.
You know, though, if you weren't
It
there,
sucked.
I might not have walked back. How about that?
I would have. It just... Well, maybe not. But I absolutely had to at that point.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sean. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So mine's a little different than where some of these are heading, but about 35 years ago, my younger brother, a friend, and I were going to a concert at Seattle Center. And for whatever reason, through logistics and whatever happened, we didn't complete our alcohol smuggling efforts. So we needed to finish that. So we took our alcohol and our technique, which I don't want to disclose. I don't want to further corrupt the youth of today. It's a great technique. He always wins. But so it's a 3-man technique. And so we go into this handicapped stall in the bathroom right there at Seattle Center and start working on our smuggling technique. Well, we weren't in there too long before apparently somebody alerted a Seattle cop that there were 3 kids in this stall making some noise. And next thing we know, the doors get knocked on. We open it up, and there's Seattle police, and we're standing there with bottles of liquor in our technique. And we were promptly arrested. And as probably a lot of people other than me are aware, there is a holding cell at Seattle Center.
Is that when you found out?
Say it again?
Is that when you found out?
Yeah, I did not know prior to that they had a holding cell.
I don't think anyone would.
We promptly did learn that. And so they were honest. They took our shoes, they took our belts, and they were teasing us and messing with us. They were having a grand old time. And all we're doing is going, God, are we going to get to go to the concert? And they're threatening to call our moms and dads and all that. And we're like, oh, geez, we don't know what's going to happen here. And we were pretty early for the concert, so they held us for about an hour and a half. And finally, about half hour before the concert, they chewed our asses pretty heavily and sent us down the road. And we made the show minus our alcohol.
What was the show? Do you remember that much?
I don't. It was late 80s. I'm confident Winger was opening for whoever.
Okay. All right. Well,
you remember that part. Okay.
Winger opened for every show I think I've ever.
I know. They're definitely never a headliner. Never a headliner.
No. They opened for everybody. Yeah. So I have no idea who it might have been at that time.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. I got a great technique. I can't share it.
I got to tell you.
It's that good.
Kip Winger actually is a
I thought he was still going to tell it. He seemed like he really wanted to.
You know he wanted to, but he's just choosing not to.
Kip Winger, in all due respect, is one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to.
Why wouldn't he be?
He's just a nice guy. I mean, he got made fun of all the time on Beavis and Butthead. I mean, that was the running joke, a Winger T-shirt.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, man, he was, who did I see him with? Firehouse.
Ugh. Boy, that was bad.
Not in Hagerstown. That was the night of their lives.
Yeah, based on that place.
They've never seen a better day. Still haven't.
Good times. Kip Winger was nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fully expect him to
Was
be
it at
nice.
the county fair, Miles?
They did like Don't Treat Me Bad. All their hit.
There's all their hit.
All their hit.
Who's the band we're advertising? Is it Sugar Ray? Yeah. Right, they're playing all their hits. Miles and I looked at each other. I said,
I was just confused.
Name 2. I mean, there's the song they play in the ad. I'm like, okay, I know that one. I don't like it, but I know it. And I'm like, I don't know another Sugar Ray song. Even if they have more than one, all their hits. So they're going to be on for 15 minutes.
That's right.
Come on.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go. So I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partnered with Beacon. With their unique Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through September 15th, purchase GAF through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Hey, why don't you hang out with us on Saturday? Absolutely free. 5 till 8. A Mike's Chili Parlor has the men's room world tour. Once again, has another exciting stop. 5 until 8, absolutely free. Just got to be 21 years of age or older. Hook it up the Fisher House for an afternoon with the men's room beer brought from Uli's Famous Sausage, the men's room IPA from Black Raven Brewing, and the men's room roasted red salsa from our friends at San Juan Salsa Company. All those guys are great people to hang out with. We're just going to have a good afternoon. Sit back, drink some beers, eat some sausage, and then watch a little Seahawks football.
Yeah.
And
bring some cash.
Yeah, Mike's got the deck open. He will take credit cards, by the way.
He will, but he prefers cash.
He does prefer the cash. Mike's cash man. Hopefully we will see you 5 until 8 o'clock on Saturday. Stop by for a half an hour and join us on the Men's Room World Tour. Our question, what was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola!
Hola!
Okay, this is 2004. No, when did I do this? 2005. I was in college at Central Washington University, Ellensburg, Washington. The wing place near campus.
Great wings, man. They used to have one in the U District. Wing Central.
That's good. Wing Central, yes, sir. And they had the Hellacious Wing Challenge, Hellacious Hot Wing Challenge. And so I said, screw it. Let's do it. So I was there with a couple of friends and started in on it. I had to sign a waiver, of course. And I immediately requested milk and water. Now, I'm not a quitter, but I'm not great with heat. So I powered through and patted myself on the back as I went home. Barely made it home. Barely. Like could barely get into the bathroom and get the underwear off. Well, as soon as I sat down, I also had the urgent need to throw up as I'm also exiting my bowels. And thank God there was a tiny, and I mean tiny, little bathroom wastebasket next to the toilet. And I swear to God, everywhere I've moved since, not that I'm going to do this or another wing challenge ever again in my life, and I haven't, but I've always had a little wastebasket because that was the only way I didn't make a mess over the entire bathroom that I shared with 2 roommates.
Yeah, the ultimate dilemma.
And that little trash can, that will always be your friend. Because you just don't know. You can eat a bad oyster, eat one of Miles's colorful mushrooms.
That's the problem.
You just don't know what it's going to hit, man. How many, by the way, how many wings did you eat?
I wish I could remember. I want to say the wing challenge was 3, but I mean, whatever. Like, it wasn't very many. So I finished it though, barely. And God, like your freaking upper lip's on fire. Like your fingers are on fire. Like I had to be really careful wiping because my butthole was already on fire, but I didn't need it to be any more on fire.
What do you get for this? You complete the challenge, eat these 3 ridiculous wings, and what do you get?
I didn't have to pay for the wings, and I got a free T-shirt. That was it.
All right, that's standard. I mean, that's standard.
Too,
yeah, I'd say that's standard for the challenges.
We're not going to charge you for all the pain that we brought you. Cool. Good looking out.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So a friend of mine at this place I used to work with told me about her first experience with the booger sugar. She was at a party, and the host had walked up to her, and he said, hey, there's some there's some nose candy in the bathroom if you want. And she's like, what's that mean? And he's like, cocaine. And she's like, oh, okay. So she said she was curious and never experienced it. She walked into the bathroom and he said there was a bunch of lines all chopped up. And, well, I thought they were all for me.
Oh,
So
no.
I did them all. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, he wasn't too happy with me. And I had to explain to her the etiquette, that it's basically one line per nostril.
And how many lines did she say were lined up in there?
I think she said like 8 or something like that.
Oh, my God.
And yeah, she just thought, she didn't know. She thought, well, I thought they were all for me, so I just did them all. And I was like, oh, man, that's the way to never get offered that ever again.
How did she do for the rest of the night?
Oh, she said she had a good time. She enjoyed it.
Okay, well, as long as she didn't throw up or crap herself.
Or run a marathon. Or have a heart attack.
Exactly.
I don't remember, not say where we were, other than the city of Chicago. And we had some blow, and we're at a residential place, okay? So it's not like a hotel room or anything. And the person that lives there, it's their bathroom. They shave, they do their thing. So dumped out all this coke, and it had kind of mixed in with either his beard hair or his pubic hair. I don't know. So for a second, I'm looking at it like, man, and, it's these black curly hairs in the white coke, so you can't not see it. I'm like, F it. So I snorted it down. I don't say anything about it. I'm feeling good. Miles walks out of the bathroom and says, hey, man, I'm pretty sure I just snorted a bunch of pubes. I'm like, okay, thank you. I did the same thing, man. I didn't want to bring it up.
I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rebus. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, boys.
Hola.
So I used to be a driver. I would, I'm still a driver, but I used to deliver organic juice to different grocery stores.
Okay.
Like Whole Foods and PCC and stuff. Well, I was up at the Edmonds PCC one time, and I decided I was going to use the restroom. And as I rounded the corner, there's like this tiny little hallway to the men's and the women's restrooms. And I come around the corner, and there's like 16 people lining the sides of the hallway, and they had a big cake. Apparently some guy was retiring, and they were hiding from him there. But I didn't know. I look up and I see these folks on either side, and I realize, oh, this is my moment. And so I just start running in slow motion, and I start humming along to Chariots of Fire. And so I'm doing the, da, 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 and everybody starts jumping in slow. Well, all the guys kind of start jumping in slow motion, and they start high-fiving me as I'm going down the hallway. And all the women are looking at me just completely bewildered. They don't know what the heck is going on. And I just, get through the passage with everybody, and I walk into the bathroom, and I just hear from behind me one of the guys going, who is that guy? He is awesome. And so I just went in the bathroom, Pete, came back out, and I heard the same guy actually, man, I hope I hope you washed your hands. And I had. I gave him the nod, the finger guns, and then I immediately go back into slow motion as I'm running past him. So by that point, everybody's high-fiving me as I'm going down the hallway, and that was my moment right there.
Yeah. It was a good moment.
Yeah,
it's positive. It's
yeah.
upbeat, man. You spread some cheer. I'm curious, though, because, he points out that, the guys instantly, they fall into it. Like, all right, Chariots of Fire it is. But as guys, and it could be someone you just met. It could be a job interview. But I feel like guy to guy, whether you know the person or not, like if you have to poop, it's never, hey, where's your restroom? We just tend to say, hey, man, I got to take an ass. I got to pinch one off. I'm gorilla fingering. Like, it's just what we say, and it's not. And women don't do that. Now, I know women don't generally do that around guys, but ladies, I'm curious, do you do it around each other?
I'm sure.
Are you, because of my wife,
it's like farting.
It's just, I have to go to the bathroom, right? That's it. And I don't ask her what she's going to do. And she does question why I have to specifically point out. But I'm like, I don't know. I know it's not important. I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm fully capable. But for whatever reason, I feel the need to tell you. It's not even important. It's just like a crutch. Like, I'll be back, man. I got to take an S.
My family's pretty open with it.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. They make no bones about
Sister?
it. No. My wife and her family.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all I wanted to know.
It took me by surprise at how often they say it, but yeah.
I don't know why I have to announce it.
Yeah,
but I do it almost every time.
And we're not even doing it to be funny. Literally, it is just a crutch that you say. Like, especially if you have to take a dump for whatever it is. Like, I'll be right back, man. I got to take a dump.
Well, because if you're in a relationship and you're with somebody, or you live together, or you have roommates, whatever the deal is, as soon as you get up, where are you going? As So you just learn to announce it.
Right.
Instead of, if someone got up beside me, I'd be like, I don't care where you're going.
It makes no difference.
But I mean, even outside of relationships, like I just do it.
Yeah.
If I sit at your house, like, all right, I got to go take a dump.
Right. But I never hear women do that. You know, even my own wife, like, she might say, man, my stomach is killing me. It is understood. But she never just says, yeah, I got to take an ass. It just never, but even my son, he'll straight up, we're watching TV together or something. Like a couple of weeks ago, we're watching something in the Olympics. Said, Dad, can you pause? I got to take a dump. I'm like, sure. And my wife kind of looks at him, and I'm like, it's just, it's inherent in guys.
Perfect example. I did it a couple weeks ago on a Sunday morning, right? So instead of beers, we're drinking coffee, but we're going to go play cornhole.
All right.
So they're like, come on, we're going to play, other side of the yard. Playing. It's a huge yard. Yeah. We're going to go play cornhole. And it's the one guy walked by, I said, I'll be right there. Could have left it at that. I said, but got to finish my morning Constitution.
Yeah, I mean,
right. He didn't need to know that.
He didn't, but he didn't mind hearing it.
No.
But I realize if I say it around, like if I'll be at the bar and there's like two other women involved in the conversation, it still just rolls out of my mouth like, oh, hang on, dude, I got to take an ass. And you just get this look like you're being crude. And maybe I am, but there's no intent there. I'm like, to me, it's like I'm doing one of two things in there.
Well, you always explain your exit. So even if you're just going outside to smoke.
Yeah.
To me, it's just kind of like, if you're just walking away from the company, I feel like that's just something I do. I mean,
hold that thought. I have to take an ass.
Right. I want to hear the rest of the story, but
we've done it on the air before. It just got really bad. It was years ago, but it's like we are going to go to commercial break early because one of us has to take a dump. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, dude, I got to go.
Yeah. What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Shane. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Well, I was coming back with a buddy. We were up fishing the Skycomish River, and I am like, I have got to use the restroom now. Pull over at the next gas station. So we get there. I open the bathroom door. This is quite a while ago. You didn't have to get a key or anything. And it's one of those single just restrooms with the toilet. And the toilet is sprayed. The wall is sprayed. Somebody had hovered or something. And I'm like, oh, gosh. So I went and opened the women's. Nobody's in there. And I tore it up pretty good. And as soon as I come out, here's a lady standing there staring me dead in the eye. And I'm like, oh, my God, I am so sorry.
Well, you could explain that the men's room was not in service. So to speak. I'd say, I'm so sorry, the men's room. The men's room is not in service. It is off limits. Please do not go in there yourself. If you would like to have this explained, you open the door.
Right.
That's all. I mean, hell.
Yeah, it's always an awkward thing, though. That's what I hate about the unisex bathrooms, man. It's for whatever reason, right? Again, back to guys and women. If I go in and blow up the bathroom, and you guys are like, Jesus Christ, man, like, I don't care. You guys don't care. We're ribbing each other, have a fun time. And like I said, I walked in after a woman who had clearly blown the bathroom up, but she looked so distressed about it, it made me feel bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, man, it happens. It happens. I get it, but just you look like you are so guilty that now I feel bad for noticing. And by the way, it's hard not to notice.
Right. And if you don't work like the morning shift at a restaurant, like honestly, nobody really wants to poop. Nobody wants to poop outside the house.
Nobody does.
No.
Yeah.
No, just never. You really got to learn the etiquette of the courtesy flush whenever you're in one of those environments,
But some bathrooms take so long to refill the water, right? So like you'll courtesy flush.
True. That's true.
And then it's like, I got to sit here another 5 minutes. Like, I'm done now, but I got to wait. My ass is drying out, but I was waiting for the water to fill back up so I can actually flush the rest of my poop down.
Sometimes the courtesy flush doesn't do a doggone thing.
Sometimes it
doesn't. Yeah. I will say, though, I was 19.
But it does more than you think.
No, I was like 19 doing door-to-door sales. We're up in New York, this other office. I just wasn't aware of the courtesy flush. And one of the main guys walks in, ex-military, just like, God damn, who is right? And then I'm like, it's Ted. Ted! Or they used to call me Ed.
Yeah.
Ed! Jesus Christ, man, you ever heard of a goddamn courtesy flush? And I was like, what's that? He's like, when you poop, you flush it right away. And I was like, oh, it's a good idea.
Thanks.
Do you do it to yourself on occasion?
What's that?
The courtesy flush.
Oh, I courtesy flush constantly at home.
Yeah, I've been, especially in the morning, I'm like, this needs to go away. Yep. This is not good.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Robert. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
I got a couple stories, but probably the one that stands out the most was I had lunch with a coworker at Dixie's Barbecue. It's in Bellevue off of 520. It's well known for the Man, which is a really spicy barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And I had lunch with him, no problem. Then that night I went out with a buddy of mine. We went to a strip club about once a month. And we got there, and I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll meet you at the table. And I think I spent 20 minutes or more sitting in that strip club bathroom crying.
Oh.
And when I finally got out, my buddy's like, I thought you went home. I thought you left me.
20 minutes in a strip club bathroom.
Crying.
Was it?
Crying.
Yeah.
Just based on the heat. Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
I said just based on the heat from that barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah, it was rough.
Back to the hot food again.
Man, that's one thing you don't really think about until after the fact. You'll eat the hot food, burns your mouth, all that crap. You can kind of feel it in your stomach. But, when it starts going out the backside, it's almost worse.
And it's not consistent is the thing, because I'll eat spicy stuff and it's no problem at all. But then all of a sudden I'll eat something and then the next morning, you spend that 20-minute battle the burner. And it's just, you've just got to sit there and let things cool down for a while.
That's when you hope to get splashback.
Because it's almost right.
Like, please be dense enough to spritz my butt.
In some weird ways, it kind of numbs it, but not completely. So it still feels like there's acid back there, yet you can't feel everything back there. So it still feels like you're just kind of open, letting things go out as it goes.
Would a bidet help that situation?
I would think so.
Right, if you're on a bidet, you can adjust the temperature, cool down the water, and just kind of spray as you go.
I mean, it kind of goes back to the theory of, like, don't drink water when you eat spicy stuff.
I think it's just the kind of inside part that's on fire.
Yeah, true enough.
Like, you get kind of raw if you got to keep wiping.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know. It was over 10 years ago now. I just had one experience that was so awful. I was like, I'm done with spicy food.
Yeah.
And then, I think the last time was I got Chinese food from a place. I got a normal dish. This place and it probably wasn't even that spicy, but it was spicy to me.
Right.
And like the next day, same thing. Just like, why? Why?
We need a milk bidet.
What was your most unique bathroom experience? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
All right, guys. I have IBS. I don't know, irritable bowel syndrome. I was diagnosed a couple years ago. I didn't know it before that, so I just kind of dealt with it. So I was in Iraq for the first one, Afghanistan for the second one, talking about memorable experiences. I'm on a porta potty in Iraq, and it's like 110, 120, whatever it is. And I splash water on my face, and I'm so hot, and everything just kind of collapses on me all at once. I get straw vision. I almost pass out sitting on the porta potty. I have to bust open the door in front of whoever's out there and just kind of get my wits about me. And that was an insane experience. The other one, I was in Afghanistan, and I didn't know I had IBS, so I would just, try to manage going to the bathroom whenever I could, but I had to go to the bathroom on a foot patrol. So I told my men, I said, hey, I need you to pull security for me. I popped a squat in this guy's yard, covered it with some dirt, cut my T-shirt and made it a belly shirt, and got on with business for the rest of the day.
So once you get diagnosed with IBS, right, I assume your symptoms don't change. You're just aware of what they are. What do they do to help you cope with it?
So I kind of asked the guy that, after I paid him all this money to put a camera up there and tell me, this is what you got. I said, so what's the treatment? And he goes, there's really no treatment. You just have to manage your diet. And I'm like, okay. So they gave me a nutritionist and we talked and she sent me this information. You can have all these foods. You should avoid all these foods. And I'm thinking to myself, I absolutely adore all these foods you're telling me I can't have.
Mm-hmm. Which are irritating your problem.
Yeah. So it took me about 3 or 4 months of chicken and rice, fish and rice, pork and rice, introduce things here and there. Broccoli's a hard no.
Wait a minute.
Chicken skin's a hard no.
Broccoli is a hard no.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Okay. Chicken skin would kill me, man, with chicken wings and chicken thighs.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Trust me. I can't have chicken. I would go to the Safeway and get a rotisserie chicken and just devour this thing and then wonder why I'm in the bathroom blowing my brains out. And then I have chicken and rice and I'm fine. So I told the nutritionist this, and she said it's the fats in the chicken skin. Your body's not processing them, so it's just evacuating them right away.
Ah, okay. All right.
What about like salsas?
Salsa?
No, like salsa. Yeah, or salsa. Like, can you add anything to plain ass chicken?
I do, but I try to use it sparingly, and every now and again I get brave. Like I believe you were talking about the hot sauce. I was in Vegas and tried some super hot sauce, and I regretted it the next day. But trying to be brave and pick and choose what I eat and what I don't eat and where I eat it at is important.
Yeah, I would think where you eat it at in particularly if you're feeling
stop
brave.
eating in the bedroom.
What was your most unique bathroom experiences? We've got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
With an American Standard heat pump system, the future of heating and cooling your home is already here. Bringing constant comfort to your home, American Standard heat pumps are energy efficient, reliable, and ready for tomorrow, today. Plus, making the upgrade from your traditional furnace or AC unit is easier than ever before with home energy offers, rebates, and tax credits. Learn more at AmericanStandardAir.com/electrification. American Standard, built to a higher standard.
It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing your firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragechek.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragechek.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing your firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragechek.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragechek.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
These deals are working hard to save you money. From August 28th through September 3rd, save 15% off Balin stock tanks, $200 off Black Diamond log splitters, and find big discounts on shoes for the family.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
Make the most of your Labor Day weekend with Coastal.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All right, Who Sucks Less coming up. Well, first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com. Might as well jump right into the birthdays, well, sort of. I would like to request a birthday shout-out to the love of my life, Heather D., who turned 36 on Saturday, August 17th, while you were on break there. Yeah. Sorry we were gone. Just not not your actual birthday. We only do it on your birthday. Sorry. Falls on a Saturday or Sunday or holiday when we're out.
Right. Sorry, Ted has never had his birthday celebrated on this show.
No.
For that very reason.
Never. Labor Day Monday, forget it. On to the real birthdays. Boo, which is today our daughter Allison and Bailey turned 14 years old. Can they get some shotgun gets from Thrill to keep the teen boys away? Coach Ted giving them a pep talk about starting high school and some dad jokes. Lots of love, guys. That from Mom and from Dad. Get.
Start high school. So they're 14, right?
14.
All right, listen. Next 4 years is going to be weird, all right? Stuff's going to happen. Some people are going to be nice to you. Some are going to be mean. But just remember, and listen to Coach's voice, it's just high school. You know, a year from now, you're going to forget I said that. But trust me, it's just high school. At the time, it'll be the most important thing in your life. But in more time, it will not. It'll be insignificant. Unless, of course, you know, drop a pass to win a game or something. People remember that. But always going to remember who you took to a dance or this or that. And then the other thing, too, is have fun. High school's good. And be nice to your parents.
Are you going to give them the same advice that you gave Steve's lovely daughter?
I was trying to make her feel better.
Okay. Oh, word. Dad jokes for 14-year-olds. Let me see if I can find
When you're
one.
a junior and senior, it'll be more fun, kids.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a better way to phrase it.
Yeah, let's see here. 14 years old, I got to be appropriate. Guys, I have a dinner plate that can talk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it said dinner's on me.
Where are we going?
Yeah, what else? What did baby corn say to mama corn? What did baby corn say to mama corn?
Where's Pop?
Where's popcorn?
All right, good work, Phil.
Yeah. Ted asked me if I want to go to the beach.
Miles, you want to go to the beach?
Sure.
Why is the beach so friendly?
Why is the beach so friendly?
It's always waving at you.
Yeah. Gentlemen, I missed my brother's birthday Monday, but I won't forget my girlfriend's today. The lovely lady's name is Ruth, and no thrill, she's not 560 years old.
Lies.
26 today, standing at 4'10", but has the deepest throat. Let's hear the captain talk about something. Thanks, guys. That from Morgan.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. I once had a friend named Morgan. You know him as Captain Morgan. Good times together, and you say that Ruth, who obviously is 568 years old, otherwise her name wouldn't be Ruth, is 4'10" with a deep esophagus. Sounds a lot like Little Debbie. She's also 4'10" and has a very, very deep esophagus, or so says the briny paper towel man. That Little Debbie, she used to just make oatmeal. She had a cream pie after a night with him. I'll let you do the math, Ruth. Old lady. Crunch berries.
4'10", yeah.
4'10". A throat at least 3 feet of that.
Charles, can I get a 27th birthday shout out to my son Chris, who is a new dad? How about a big old bong rip and a little kid fish sandwich? Thanks, guys, for the daily entertainment. You guys rock. Thank you from longtime listener Danielle.
Fish challenge.
Charles, today is my 30th birthday. Can I get the Dirty Germans talking about electricians and Coach Ted giving me a pump up for my 30th birthday? Thanks, guys. That from Robert in Yelm.
Yeah, Robert, what we will do when we make sexy time tonight is I will do what all the electricians do. I will look down at your body, ask you what satisfies you, and says, yeah, I don't know who was here last time, but they didn't do it right.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, tonight you'll find out the difference between the German input and output.
Yeah. And we'll make you say, oh.
Yeah, so in America, you have the 2 holes. All right, turning 30 is a big deal. You made it. You woke up this morning, you said, oh, Christ, I'm 30. Nothing's changed. Now, the important thing is, man, hey, it's your weekend, all right? Not a lot of times, you're dudes, you don't have a birthday week, a birthday month. This weekend's all yours. You take here on out, 5 days. You walk in and go, I'm 30, folks. Just turned 30. Anybody want to buy me a drink? That doesn't work. Yeah, sorry.
Go to a different bar.
Maybe don't yell it, but I would let people
mention
know.
it. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yesterday was my birthday. Turned 30.
Guys, today's my sister Miranda from Oroville, Washington's 26th birthday. I was one to email about my 31st birthday and said I was going camping in Connolly. Yeah. Miles, you mispronounced it. It's Connolly. Conconnully?
Come on, dummy.
Conconnully. I appreciate the birthday wishes, and I did end up taking the Dirty German's advice myself and the Swampy Cuddle, the coach, Swamp Buster. My sister and I are 5 years and 1 day apart, so today is her 26th. Can I get the Dirty Germans giving her all they have to make her blush? Coach Ted telling her that she's doing great and keep kicking some ass. And for our father's sake, Jim, Miles, drop some dad jokes. I love you, little sister. Happy birthday, that from Ryan in Omak, Washington.
Yeah, Miranda, it's funny. He brings up Oroville. Tonight, we're going to Oroville.
Yeah, that you will have no rights. Miranda?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of silence. Make noise.
Yeah, keep your mouth open.
Hey, you know what? Nobody's told you in a while, Miranda. Keep that head up. You're doing a great job. People are emailing in about it. Your brother's proud of you. Sure, most of the family is. Hey, you going to this birthday? Have a positive one.
All right, Miranda. What does a chef make when they're drunk? What does a chef make when they are drunk?
Grilled cheese.
$25 an hour.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Did you guys see Dolly Parton's new shoes?
No.
Neither did she.
Oh, good call, Mike. That's a boob joke. Let's see right here. Oh, man. Don't you think that Elon Musk and Bill Gates should make a medicine to treat erectile dysfunction?
Sure.
Call it Elongates. And one more from today's question. Why is diarrhea hereditary, guys?
Why is
it runs in the family.
No,
it runs in your genes.
Runs in your genes. Runs in your genes, yes. What else we got here? Charles, please wish my wonderful husband a happy 34th. Can I get a fart mix up there? You like that? And the Dirty Germans talking about pumping iron at the gym. Thanks, guys. That from the Farty Girl Gang.
Yeah, that sound was from my front side. But yeah, you're talking about pumping iron, then today you will call me Tony Stark.
Yeah. So I don't know why you changed your name to Iron, but he's away. We will get on it right away.
Yeah.
So you know what I calls that thing down there? My dumbbell.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks less?
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Less. Steve at Thrill Hill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck, but it's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to follow KISW on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And like I said, we're calling this particular edition The Scams. Let us just begin. A man has been sentenced to 81 months in jail for faking his own death by hacking government systems and officially marking himself as deceased. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice, they detailed the case of one Jesse Kipf, 39, who was basically taken down for computer fraud and aggravated identity theft. You see, in January of last year, he used the credentials of a doctor to access Hawaii's death registry system and create a case that recorded his own death. They say he completed a state of Hawaii death certificate worksheet, assigned himself as a medical certifier for the case, and certified his death using the digital signature of the doctor. Now, the paperwork was all correct. So many government databases, they listed him, in fact, as deceased. But he was very much alive and enjoying the fact that his death meant he didn't have to pay child support payments or catch up on those that he'd already missed. That was his entire motivation to do it. Now, evidence presented in court included the internet search histories recorded on a laptop with him looking up the terms, including, quote, remove California child support for deceased. Now, not satisfied with faking his own death, he then stole other credentials and used them to access other states' death registries, private business networks, and governmental and corporate networks. He then tried to sell access to those networks to potential buyers on the dark net. Anyway, he admitted to his acts, but once released, which will be at least 5 years and 8 months, he'll face a bill for over $195,000 to cover both his overdue child support payments and the cost of damage that he inflicted on the various computers that he accessed. In other words, it would have been cheaper and less jail time if he'd just done his responsibility. Now we go to Miami Springs, Florida, where a 55-year-old man, he's facing a felony charge in South Florida for a bizarre impersonation scheme that left pizza customers getting a raw deal. Police say that he ran an elaborate scheme to defraud tourists that were staying in the hotels of Miami Springs by pretending to be a well-known local pizza parlor. So according to police, customers who thought they were ordering pies from Roman's Pizzeria were instead getting subpar slices from a guy named Jose Martin Alvarez. Now, Martin Alvarez, he distributed fake pizza flyers to hotel rooms near the Miami International Airport, advertising himself as Roman Pizzeria. Jesus Roman, the guy who actually owns the real Roman Pizzeria, well, he's been cooking up pies for about 40 years, and he said that Martin Alvarez's pizzas, they were, quote, bad, uncooked. Sometimes they were sent in a box with just a piece of raw dough. Quote, they just gave it to him, and by the time they realized that they were wrong, he was gone. Now, police said the fraud had been ongoing for several years, but it caused significant hardships for the real Romans, including complaints to the Better Business Bureau and negative reviews and upset customers. It even says sometimes customers showed up upset and came to the store saying, where's the food? And we had to explain to them, it's not us, but they would hold up the flyer and he had to explain, these are not our flyers. But after he went to police, officers did arrest Martin Alvarez on charge of an organized scheme to defraud, and they booked him into jail. He's also facing an aggravated battery charge after fleeing from hotel staff in his vehicle and hitting a staff member with the vehicle. Wow. He was there putting up flyers. They said, you can't be here. They realized he was a fraud, so when he got in his car, they're trying to chase him down. He ended up hitting one of them with his car. He did apologize for that. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad. And now we go to China, where a beauty clinic there is being accused of tricking a mentally challenged 19-year-old man into getting a boob job by claiming that he could then make money through live streaming like OnlyFans, etc. The 19-year-old young man, whose mother claims that he has the mind of a 5-year-old boy, he reportedly applied for a job at the unnamed beauty clinic, which provided full board and a monthly salary of about $400. However, after asking about potential job opportunities for men, he was told that he should first undergo a breast enlargement surgery and then began working as he recovered. Now, the man's mother, she recently unveiled the chat archives between her son and the beauty clinic staff, in which he's assured that a boob job, it's okay for men as well, and that such proceeds very popular among live streamers. Now, despite expressing doubt at first, the youth finally agreed to get the surgery and even pay for it himself. So the clinic staff had texted him, quote, you can get the breast surgery done first and start working once you've recovered. We have many live streamers who undergo cosmetic surgery here, and they make a lot of money. Now, unbeknownst to his mother, the dude took out a loan for about $4,000, then another loan for $980 over a period of 2 years to pay for the surgery that ended up ruining his life. Now, according to his mother, it was the clinic that suggested that he financed surgery, claiming that he could win back his investment through the live streaming. Mother says, quote, the surgery made my son's chest a B cup with 2 long scars underneath. Now, seeing those scars breaks my heart. She then adds that after repeated negotiations, the clinic, they agreed to remove the implants, which she says only traumatized the kid again. Anyway, she turned to Chinese media to attract attention to her son's story, sharing medical evidence of his mental disability and the depression, anxiety, and sleep disorders. Wow. Yeah, that he's had to endure after that. But she's determined to seek justice to make sure that the beauty clinic pays. And she means justice-wise. They paid for him to get the breast implants removed. But she's like, yeah, we need a little more than that. So those are your 3 stories today, revolving around the idea of fraud. We have the guy who basically posed as a local pizza chain to trick tourists into giving him money and then delivering them crap in boxes. We have, the man, 81 months in jail, basically faked his own death to get out of paying child support. And finally, the beauty clinic in China that convinced the guy to get breast implants so that he could supplement his income on OnlyFans.
The pizza store I read earlier, was he just serving like frozen pizzas? Or?
He was, dude, he would put anything in a box that weighed enough. When I hand it to you, it feels like a pizza.
Okay.
And by the time you opened it, I'm gone. I've gotten in my car and left, but you've paid me the money.
Okay.
And that's his whole thing. So they know there's a place called Roman's Pizza. He just made up all the fake flyers, but his phone number, you call. I'm like, hey, no problem. You want double pepperoni? Sure, man. So I might throw raw dough in there. You're at the hotel. I hand it to you. You pay me. I'm out.
Yep.
For 4 years.
That's crazy.
That's wild that he pulled that off for 4 years.
4 years, man.
I think the Chinese beauty clinic sucks the most. It took advantage of somebody
I would
who was
agree.
challenged and a child. Hawaii man, just based on the fact that the mother of his children and the children were not able to probably support themselves properly without that money.
Sure.
So I'm going to go with pizza guy sucking the least today.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that one, right? Like, I feel bad for people on vacation.
But it's not the end of the world.
Right, it's not the end of the world. One guy has a mental problem, and somebody convinced him to get a boob job.
Mm-hmm. The whole clinic.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then, right, the guy in Hawaii, it's like child support, but like that's going way out of the way. I mean, you could have just paid it; it would have cost you less.
It goes on a lot less.
Yeah, so you're right. I guess the pizza one. That's crazy. That went on for 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
And all you want a pizza. It's late at night. You're tired. You haven't eaten. You're drunk. You're high. Whatever.
Exactly. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, God.
You'd be pissed.
Yes.
The debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you follow KISW on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Shot of the Day's coming up. You are listening to The Men's Room.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house and owning it. Having an advocate who can help you navigate negotiations, timelines, inspections, and more can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so coming up here in just minutes, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study has named Utah as the worst state for women's equality.
You don't say.
Yeah.
I'm stunned by this.
Are you shocked?
I am truly shocked. Where's my fainting couch?
Your gabbers have been flaccid?
Yes. No, my flabbers have been gassed.
There you go. That's the one.
Get it right.
Yeah, no.
Nobody gets gabber-flasted. You get flabbergasted.
I have never been to Utah.
Really?
Not a layover, nothing.
I've been through Utah plenty with layovers, but I never considered that having boots on the ground, you know?
I mean, I went there once as a kid, spent some time there, and, as a kid, whatever, I don't know. And then the only other thing is layovers, but other than, like, maybe Moab, I have no real desire to go there.
I went to Salt Lake City to watch college football.
How was it?
Good. Huskies won. Game day was there. And then we had dinner at the Red Iguana.
The Red Iguana.
Oh. It's one of the most famous Mexican restaurants in the States.
Do they have beer with a normal alcohol? Because I know a lot of the beers they sell there like 3.7 or something. It's just how the state operates. But
yeah, but they've really changed the rules over the years.
Okay.
I will say this. I think the one weird thing, the beers are all kind of normal, but I don't know. But I do know I ordered a shot in a beer, and the lady came over and was like held the beer. And I was like, what's up? It's like, you got to drink the shot. And like
before you can have the
beer. And then she can hand you the other one.
Gotcha.
And then I like the old rule where it was like, they would sell $3 tiny little nachos because you had to have food if you got liquor.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm always up for a tiny snack.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you know what? That's the airport. We were flying back for New Year's Eve. The flight should have gotten here before midnight, got delayed, whatever. So at that point, 80% of the people on that flight live in Seattle, not just going through. So we all kind of commiserate together. But the bars there close at like 10 p.m.
Damn.
Which isn't much different than SeaTac. You just felt like a New Year's Eve, maybe. So anyway, we get thrown out of the bar. We still have to wait like another 2 hours for our flight. So I said, look, I'm going to go bribe the guy because he's shutting down. And we had 3 big old cups from 7-Eleven.
Nice.
So I was like, dude, fill these with beer. I got $60 for you. And he's like, so, and it was in cash, and I'm holding it. And I figured he'd be cool. And he's like, I can't do that. You know, and he's playing wide. And I'm like, yeah, listen, man, you're $60.
Yes.
Finally got to, look, put the beer in the cup. You can get $60 out of this, or you can not.
Hey.
He's like, here you go, sir. So I walked out. My wife's like, what'd you say? I'm like, oh, nothing, man. I just sweet talked.
Back to that tip on if you are truly an international airport, you have flights coming in from other countries. To have that moniker, I believe you should have 1 24-hour restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a requirement. You don't have
international.
You don't have to serve alcohol until 6 or whatever your rules are, or 7, whatever they do. But you should still be able to go and like grab a sandwich someplace, even if it's just a walk-in to go place.
And you need more doggone coffee shops.
Yeah, I mean,
true to form.
Yeah, if you say
Salt Lake City
international
airport does not have a whole lot of coffee shops.
Yeah, act like it.
Sometimes there's a layover on a red eye. You're in the middle
And
of
it
Kansas
sucks.
City, Detroit, whatever. Like, I'm starving.
Scientists believe they may have decoded a space signal from the 70s.
A space signal
The
from
WOW signal, I think, is what it was.
Maybe.
And basically, it was a
like pulsar.
like
Groovy, come in peace. Groovy.
What is happening, fellow hippies? it was like some sort of hydrogen event within the galaxy.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, most of the stuff, because there's radio waves flying through the universe all the time.
Correct. Yeah, it's nothing all that awesome.
It's just not.
I have nothing to back this up.
All right.
But I
Then
still
please say it.
Yeah, you'll love this one. I contend the aliens have been trying to talk. They've been saying stuff for years.
Sure.
We just can't figure it out. They've been here and they're like, not staying there.
We don't speak their language, dude.
Yeah.
What if they communicate by waving flags and we just don't know that one yet?
Hire a lifeguard, semaphore. Turns out all lifeguards on the beach, aliens.
Yeah.
Ted, go take a shot.
Man, they're efficient at that, too. They really whip through that.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
They're aliens.
You just take a lap.
I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, I think they've already been here. And they're just like, yeah, man, they're just down there doing weird stuff with each other.
But also,
right?
would you want to talk to us?
Sure.
And I'm not condemning the human race. I'm just saying, like, you have that kind of technology, you can do what they're doing, right? We would be about as interesting to them as ants are to us. So maybe, like, you watch ants make...
Sure.
But there's no significant reason...
We try to talk to dolphins.
We do.
Whales.
But the dolphins might be
Dogs.
like, we understand you. You don't understand us. We know everything.
Y'all
you're
are
saying.
effed up.
My name's not Flipper, bitch. It's James.
Right, but also, to me, my theory is based...
And all we hear is,
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But like, also, what if it's like let's say, I don't know what you call that dude, chromatic man or whatever.
Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, let's say this dude's he's been in a cave, he shows up.
Right.
Like, it might be interesting to talk to him for a minute, but after a while, it's like, what are we supposed to do with him?
Right.
So I feel like that's the aliens have done to us.
There'd be nothing particularly interesting about it. Like, we've been there, done that, man.
There's an Amazonian superfruit that may help fight fatty liver disease.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Does it taste good?
It helps fight fatty liver disease.
But does it? Look, vegetables do a lot of good things. I'm like, cool. Good for them. Cool. That's good for vegetables.
Go to hell,
They
vegetables.
should do something good for tasting like that.
It's a superfruit. So it's better than vegetables.
A superfruit.
Yeah.
What makes you a superfruit? A cake? Hello.
Jesus. Oh, my.
Nathan Lane helps you with your...
Leave it alone.
Ian McKellen.
Hello, I'm here to help you with your health. Sings you over the fridge.
I hear your fatty liver disease.
I hear you have fatty liver disease. I'm here to put you at ease.
Let's get a margarita.
Oh, we are going to get canceled. Okay, what is your guys' favorite insult to call someone?
I can't say it. You guys call me butcher.
Your favorite radio friendly insult to call someone.
It depends on the era. We used to call people a tool shed all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
bad.
dumbass comes out a lot. I mean, if we're being radio friendly, right?
Yeah, but
otherwise, yeah.
I'll go. Bugs Bunny sometimes. Like,
Yeah, what a maroon.
What a maroon. Well,
That's good. Yeah, I don't know.
luckily for us, our forefathers, they have a whole bunch, so we need to we need to unearth.
Oh, yeah.
The Men's Room Top 10.
Not those.
Our forefathers.
Yeah. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 old words for ignorant people. Let's look at the dictionary definition of ignorance so we're all on the same page, shall we? It's an adjective. It means lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated. For example, he was told constantly that he was ignorant and stupid, or unschooled, dopey, simple, thick, dense, the town idiot. If you are trying to figure out who they're talking about and it's just not coming to you, it's you.
Well, we used to work with someone who we nicknamed Pound Cake. As we said,
Oh, yeah.
Very sweet, very dense.
Yes. Yes.
Very naked.
Yeah. So these are old words for ignorant people, not for ignorant people to use, but to call ignorant people. All right. So you call them like a ninny hammer.
A ninny hammer?
A ninny hammer, meaning fool or braggart. Dates from the late 1500s.
You're quite the ninny hammer, aren't you?
Ninny hammer. A sumph.
A sumph?
It's the origin of the 17th century Scottish word is uncertain. The fact that they said it's a 17th century Scottish word, but it can be used to refer to either a fool or someone who's quite surly.
All right.
Has anybody ever heard of clodpate?
Clodpate?
Clodpate.
I have not.
No. Pate is an old word for the head. Opened a lot of doors when it comes into naming people with 0 sense. In addition to clodpate, golly, I can't get that meaning. Thick head or blockhead.
Her blockhead thanks to Lucy from the Peanuts.
Yes.
She always calls Charlie Brown a blockhead.
A blockhead.
They need to update. What would she call him now?
Dumbass.
Dumb mother. Charlie Brown, you're a real dumb mother.
Yeah, dumbass is a good one.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a tried and true at this point.
Yeah.
Dunderwhelp.
A dunderwhelp.
Dunderwhelp.
You might be familiar with Dunderhead, but you probably didn't know its forgotten sibling, Dunderwhelp, which is likely a combination of a Dutch pejorative with English.
I think you end anything in head, and it sounds kind of insulting.
Sounds like a good night.
Well, true. But I mean, like, if I was like, oh, yeah, good work, brisket head.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
you
Put
know what?
anything in front of it, it sounds bad.
Good call, good call. These are old words for ignorant people.
Brisket head.
Well, I
Ted got punched in the face for calling someone a brisket head.
I know, right?
You know what? More to your point, Ted. Puzzlehead. Yeah. This term isn't totally out of use.
Confusing how dumb you are.
And it does have a positive sense of crossword or jigsaw puzzle enthusiast, but since the early 1800s, a puzzlehead has also been a person who is confused as if their mind were a Jenga game that went on too long.
Damn.
Still thinking?
A stookie.
Stookie.
Originally, stookie was plaster, then came to refer to a type of wax statue or other dummy, which made for a smooth transition to people who don't display much wit and wisdom.
Yeah, Shay. All right, wait a minute. What time period is this?
All over the place. This is
Okay.
anywhere between 1500s all the way up until the 1800s.
All right, so that accent was way off.
You know what?
Nobody was talking like that.
There were some hipsters back there in the 1500s. They were just weird.
They'd be like, my lord, he's a puzzle head.
Oh,
All right.
scandalous thing to say.
Right. Anybody ever heard of a jobbernowl?
A jobbernowl?
It's like somebody talks too much, talks gibberish.
This colorful word, which sounds like something Lewis Carroll came up with, can either refer to a foolish person or that foolish person's head. Its meaning is very close to numbskull and has a rare variation meaning general stupidity. Jobbernowlism.
Jobbernowlism.
Indeed.
Ah, that's my new belief in life.
I'm a jobbernowlist.
Yeah.
I don't know a damn thing.
That's right.
We follow the great brisket head. Old words for ignorant people, dorkmunder.
Dorkmunder.
We need to bring that one
Yeah, I
back.
was about to say, that sounds fun.
That's a good one. According to Green's Dictionary of Slang, this variation of dork may have a relation to beer, specifically to Dortmunder, Union Pills. The term has been recorded since 1989. That's why we like it. It's not that old. When it showed up in Slang U, the official dictionary of college slang. Dorkmunder.
Dorkmunder?
That's right.
All right. I'm going to try to use that on Saturday.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, get up here, you dorkmunder.
Say it again, dorkmunder.
But then you have to explain that you've insulted them.
Oh. Hey, I mean, they are a dorkmunder if they can't get that I'm insulting them.
Nice glasses, dorkmunder.
Yeah.
Your mom buy you those shoes?
Dorkmunder.
Dorkmunder.
Sausage head.
You know someone has a last name Dorkmunder. And they hate this. It's my last name.
My name's Lee Dorkmunder.
Can you spell that for me, Lee?
Wow. Whoo! Dough cake.
Dough cake.
Yeah,
Right.
these are old words for ignorant people. Not pound cake, no, dough cake. Taken literally, this term refers to a cake made from dough, but it's also been used as an insult. Its first known use is from the 1794 book A Dialogue in the Devonshire Dialect by Mary Palmer. How unvitty a cat-handed you go about it, you dough cake.
We like to use desserts.
We really
Cupcake, dough cake, pound cake.
Yeah.
Cake eater.
Cake eater, throw it in. Cake head, Ted. Cupcake. Cupcake.
Cupcake.
Oh, what do you do about a cupcake? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anybody ever heard wantwit?
Wantwit? No. Explains itself.
Dates back to the 1400s. Let's see here. A wantwit lacks wit and therefore common sense. So he wants wit. He's a wantwit.
Wasn't that the Dark Ages?
1400s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Right around then.
Oh, just like Seattle.
I'm just wondering, like, who were you insulting? It's really the time of high intelligence.
You gotta be real dumb.
They were the smartest that they were at the time.
That sounds insulting.
Yes, it does. You know what? You were smart for your time, weren't you?
You're just born in the wrong century.
Dorkmunder. A nana, short for banana, was 60s slang for foolish person. The term appears in Graham Campbell's 1965 book, The Road to...
somewhere.
Gun to guy.
You know what? I'm going to tell my kids that, hey, next time you call your grandmother Nana, I'm going to tell her what you're really calling her.
Banana.
Once again, another one for Ted. Muffin head.
Oh, nice.
Another term for the lengthy list of head-related insults. It's been in print since at least this 1892 use in the history of David Grieve. So there you go.
Muffin head.
Someone here, by the way, is claiming their last name is Dorkmunder.
Dorkmunder?
I won't give the first name in case it's true, but it's like,
I'm going to have to see that
my
ID.
name is blank Dorkmunder.
Right. Come with us on Saturday. Bring your ID.
Dorkmunder!
We will absolutely.
I will buy your drinks for you if you show up Saturday.
There you go.
And your last name is Dorkmunder.
Dorkmunder. Get us on your legal ID by Saturday.
Looks like you're good.
Oh, mercy.
That feels like a pretty safe bet, but if your last name is Dorkmunder, show up.
And you deserve it.
Drink heavy.
Yeah, that's right.
You deserve it.
Everybody, if you show anybody your Dorkmunder ID, they need to buy you a beer. We're just going to put that all call out.
Mike, you're right. He can walk into any bar and be like, listen, my last name's Dorkmunder.
Can I get a shot? Right. Anybody ever heard of horse's patoot?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, horses.
Yeah. And then the number one old word for ignorant people. Tried and true. Comes from Jim Henson. A Muppet.
Really?
Oh. Mm-hmm. It's a.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I would never take it as an insult. I mean, if you said I look like a Muppet, I'd be like, okay.
Sure, but a Muppet is a brainless thing.
Yeah.
But they bring entertainment to millions, Mike.
Well, absolutely. There's a lot of brainless things that bring entertainment to millions.
Kardashians.
That's right. Just look at a lot of the stages.
The
that are
Bachelor.
out there.
Yeah.
A man in Rhode Island was dragged out of a bar and caught a beat down so bad that he broke his jaw, Miles.
What did he do?
I will tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. In the meantime, we made it to drinking time.
It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing your firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that human connection means the world. By connecting with one another, we know we're not alone. By connecting, we feel what others feel. We breathe better, laugh easier, and feel healthier. At Regents, connection is at the heart of everything we do. It inspires our commitment to our communities and to you. Here, health isn't just a you thing, it's a we thing. Regents Blue Shield. Together we health.
It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing your firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at americanstandardair.com/electrification.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
What time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast an anonymous airport in the fine country of Japan. Now, look, a lot of people, myself included, we bitch about the TSA, all the security precautions. They go a little overboard. 36 flights were canceled. 201 were delayed at a Japanese airport over the weekend. Why? A pair of scissors went missing from a store near the gates. Now, authorities, they were desperately trying to find the scissors while passengers were forced to go back through security a second time. Eventually, they said, we can't find them. The flights resumed, even though they did not find the scissors that disappeared from the store. However, the next day, the scissors were found in the same store that they went missing from. It's unclear where they were hiding or if they planned to put a string around them or something so it doesn't happen again. But airport officials say the problem was due to, quote, insufficient storage and management systems at the store, which sounds stupid. But believe it or not, a lot of travelers are actually thankful that they erred on the side of caution.
Why were they for sale then?
Right. Why are you?
If it's that big of a deal, they should not be offered in a store in an airport.
Right. Don't sell scissors. If a pair of missing scissors, you cancel 36 flights and delay 201. Again.
Nail clippers. I get it.
A pair of scissors. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. All right, Matt, you understand how this here game is played?
I sure do.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And new this week, a new category that we call Seriously, where basically you guess the petty conflict that led to extreme violence.
That sounds right up my alley. Let's go seriously.
A McDonald's customer choked, punched, pistol whipped, and shot off the pinky of another person. One Wesley Bullock, 48 years old, he was hit with aggravated battery and burglary after the Wild Fast Food in Zephyrillos, Florida. Now, Bullock, he was so mad about his order that he walked up to the drive-up window at the restaurant and began screaming at an employee. That's when the victim intervened and tried to calm him down. Well, that's when he went off on the man, grabbing him by the throat, punching them, and then getting into a brawl until McDonald's staffers had to come outside and broke up the scuffle. But Bullock then followed the victim to a nearby gas station where he cut off his car, got out, pointed a handgun at the man, only to have the weapon misfire. Now, undeterred, Bullock then pistol whipped the victim, recocked the gun, and with the two men getting into a life and death fight over the gun, the victim stated that at the time he grabbed the pistol, he fought with Bullock for control over it because he was in fear for his life. Bullock, however, he did get off one shot, which struck the victim's pinky and blew it off. Now, the wounded victim, he managed to get the gun away from the attacker, threw it in his car, and called the cops. Bullock was busted after surveillance camera footage confirmed the victim's ridiculous account. He was ordered to jail, held on $400,000 bond. And keep in mind, all this dude tried to do was break up the initial fight. So the question is, what about his order led him to madness in the first place? Was it, as McDonald's is known for, the non-working milkshake machine? He did not get sauce. There were no pickles on his burger, or the wrong size French fry. So non-working milkshake machine, didn't get sauce, no pickles on burger, or the wrong size French fries.
Okay. I take my kids to McDonald's, they get the chicken nuggets, and they always forget the sauce every single time. I mean, I wouldn't go off, but all this stuff sounds like it happened at a Waffle House, not at McDonald's. But
yes, it does.
It's the ice cream machine, Thrill. That's the stereotype.
Sounds like Ted. Are you going with an ice cream machine or a milkshake?
I am not.
What are you going to go with?
I mean, I know the only thing that would really rile me up, and it's happened to me once before, is having chicken nuggets without sweet and sour sauce.
You want sauce?
What's that? I'm not sure, because this guy just sounds like a maniac.
You don't say. What makes you think that?
What was the last option? No fries?
Wrong size French fries. So he went right, he's got a gun at him.
Yeah, he makes his order, goes up to the drive-thru to bitch about what his issue is, which is what led to this. A third party says, hey, man, calm down. It's all good. They get into a scuffle. McDonald's people break it up. Victim then leaves McDonald's and goes to a gas station or something. And this guy is still so mad at him that he tracks him down and ends up shooting his pinky off.
Matt, I'm going to go didn't get a sauce.
I think it's
Yeah,
sauce or
I'm going to go with
French.
that, too. I'm going to go with he didn't get a sauce.
Okay. There's sauce or French fries. You know what? Let's go. Let's all jump in the same pool. Let's go sauce.
You want a sauce pool? All right.
What started this brouhaha? The man not getting a milkshake because the machine didn't work, didn't get any sauce, no pickles, or the wrong size fries. We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing your firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews, or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, and quite another navigating the world of negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. Guidance from an agent who's a Realtor can make all the difference, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, the brand new category is Seriously on Profile. This we got a McDonald's customer. Kind of got into it with McDonald's employees, so another customer stepped in to try to stop the situation. Ended up punching that guy, and then he tried to shoot him. His gun jammed, so he pistol whipped him, and then eventually the gun worked after a scuffle, and he shot his pinky off.
Yeah.
Question is, what was the argument about? A non-working milkshake machine. He didn't get his sauce, no pickles on his sandwich, or the wrong size fries.
And Matt, that is the very question that we posed to you. I don't know if this will make you feel better or worse, but a significant number of the people on the text line agree with you and Miles and D. Ted Smith that it was sauce, because clearly that would lead all of you to shoot a man's pinky off, which I completely understand. And you are correct.
All right. It had to be that or the fries.
Lack of sauce.
What kind of sauce was it?
What are they? They have barbecue, sweet and sour, honey mustard, and maybe
I love their sweet and sour. I don't know that I've ever gotten another sauce from there.
See, these are the questions I ask. Because Mike has two stories coming up in headlines.
All right.
One of them is a man who picked a bad song on the jukebox.
Right.
And got punched in the jaw.
But they won't tell you the song.
I want to know the song.
Yes.
I don't care about him getting punched. I'm sorry that happened to the guy. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. The other one is there was a semi-truck that spilled salad dressing all over the road.
But they don't say what kind of salad.
I want to know the salad dressing. These are the small questions you need to know.
French.
Yeah. Now for all TV news all the time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Your choices today. The Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
Stephen Colbert. Seth Meyers. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented writers helping come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Zoom announced you can now have 1 million people on a meeting at once, as opposed to the normal Zoom meeting that just sounds like 1 million people speaking at once.
Fallon.
I'll say Ted.
Fallon.
Zoom just announced that you could now have 1 million people on a meeting at once. Oh. As opposed to a normal Zoom meeting, which just sounds like 1 million people speaking at once.
Prince William has reportedly not spoken to Prince Harry in almost 2 years. Of course, for two men, that's completely normal amount of time.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah. Myers.
Prince William has reportedly not spoken to Prince Harry in almost 2 years. Of course, for two men, that's a completely normal amount of time.
Zoom.
Nice clip, Ted.
That computer's off. Yeah. Google looked up the top state fairs people in the United States have been Googling, and the top 3 were cheeseburger egg rolls, lobster corn dogs, and frozen Ozempic.
Fallon.
Myers.
Smith.
Oh. Nice one.
Frozen Ozempic? Pretty proud of that one. An archaeologist in Turkey has discovered an itemized receipt dating back to the 15th century BC. And this is weird. It even had a link for a brief survey.
Myers.
Fallon.
Myers.
An archaeologist in Turkey recently discovered what is believed to be an itemized receipt dating back to the 15th century BC. And this is weird. It even contains a link to a brief survey.
If it's that far back, like, what is the receipt for?
I don't know.
Grain, I don't know.
Chickens.
I'm worried that's a trading of a family member.
Could be that. Could be that.
You know, like, thanks for you old horse.
Who would you trade away from your family?
I got this one cousin.
Yeah, me too.
All right, yesterday we brought you the exciting news of film star, legend, Hollywood legend, Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Has she done anything really lately?
No. Not that I know of, anyway.
She might have been one of those Hallmark people for a while.
Mm-hmm.
God, I got to get in that business. Anyhow, yesterday we were talking about the fact that she was in London. She put her hand through somebody's fence and grabbed what she thought was a small little cherry tomato, as she called it. Took a bite of it. And then people were like, she goes, I don't know what it is. Well, people were just like, hey, that's not a cherry tomato. That's a Jerusalem cherry, which can actually be harmful if ingested. It can cause vomiting, diarrhea, drowsiness, hallucinations, and heart rate problems. Sounds like a mushroom.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. After the video was posted, you would think with all those responses, she would have said something, but she went radio silent. She didn't answer anybody. So everybody's like, man, is she okay? Did something happen? She's fine. She posted a picture last night, said, alive and well, don't worry, I didn't swallow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and millions of men got rid of her on their social media.
Yeah, I think she's, I don't know, there's something she's into, right? She's not who's the one that bird feeds their kid?
I think it's her.
Is it?
She
All
wrote
right.
the food, and probably not now, but years ago, her kid was like 2 or 3 or something, but she'd be at a restaurant, and whatever her kids, they got off the kid menu, right? She got mac and cheese. She would chew it up and then spit it in the kid's mouth, and she's like, well, birds do it. I'm like, well, my dog licks his butt. I mean, that doesn't mean it's awesome.
Birds also put their eggs in a nest and sit on them for months.
Birds also poop on my car. I mean, so if I poop on a car, I'd be like, well, birds do it.
Birds eat worms.
I mean, what's the, like, look, there's a lot of things other animals do.
Right.
You know what they don't have? Opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Birds
Right?
have feathers.
What's the bird supposed to do? Right?
They don't have teeth.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're just like, come on, man. When I see my dog lick his butt, doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Doesn't mean I'm not either.
Baby birds can't nurse on their mom.
Yeah, exactly. How's that thing supposed to eat? She's got to chew it up and spit it in there.
Criminy.
Hawk-Tua.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, Miles? That Hawk-Tua girl has been doing the rounds. Now, at first, it was funny. Then I was very annoyed. Like, how's she going to get, like, she doesn't need a reality show, this and that. And then I saw her on that Club Random with Bill Maher, and he was so demeaning to her that, like, now I'm back on her side. Yeah. Like, all right, I hope she does get a show.
I mean, don't bring her on your show to demean
To put her down.
Right.
She just made a statement.
Yeah, and, like, look, that's just, I get the people, like, if you're going to pay her, you know, if you're going to pay her to play Climate Pledge and do a comedy show right now, I can fathom people freaking out, especially other working comedians, and be like, are you serious? Right? But it's like, I don't know. What do you care? Like, she's got some fame right now because of that. Like, I still don't know that I need to see a reality show on her because she's just a regular person that made a funny line on the street in Nashville. But also, I'm with you. Like, Bill Maher, it's like, why did you have her on just to talk down to her? And also, he just, I don't know, man. I have really soured on Bill Maher over the years. And even when I liked Bill Maher, Miles, me and you used to talk about it. It's like he's so swarmy and demeaning to people. But like with her, I was just like, you just sound and look like the old creep in the room.
I saw him do stand-up at Paramount, and I thought he sucked.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And typically when you go to a comedy show, most people can pull it off live.
Sure.
They're funny. Jerry Seinfeld, I've never seen him do stand-up on the Paramount. He's great. Brian Regans of the world are funny. But Bill Maher was terrible. I was just like, this sucks.
Yeah, the only stand-up I've seen of a famous comedian, and I don't know about Mike, I know all of us would agree, was years ago, the morning, back when BJ was on the morning show, they had this comedy event, and Norm Macdonald was one of the big names. Ooh. But I think people just know Norm from like little sound bites and this and that.
Right.
If you've never seen his act, I mean, he goes on forever, and there's not a ton of like boom punchlines. But like, I thought it was hilarious. But like, me and my buddy were like dying laughing, and like, you could hear us in the theaters. It's like, I was like, oh man, people in this theater do not know Norm's comedy.
Yeah, they don't get it.
It's also a thing I've seen with some comedians doing podcasts and stuff. Like, and I get it. It's very good right now to put like your crowd work on social media so people see it.
Yeah.
But then people are going to the shows and they're like, well,
Just to
they're
heckle.
almost like bored. And it's like, well, I do have an act. Right. It's not just crowd work. So, I mean, that's interesting.
It's a show.
It is a show. Yeah. Let's see. Lainey Wilson, good news for you, Mike. You still a fan of hers? You actually like her music, too.
Yeah, right, dude. She's got a new album coming out on Friday.
Yeah. Everybody seems to like her.
She's great.
She's a country singer. I don't know that you know any of her music. She was pretty she was already on Yellowstone, right? So I'm a pretty religious watcher of that show. But then there was this famous picture that came out. She used to have she used to have a bigger butt. And she'd always wear these pants that were like tight fitting on the waist and then bell bottoms on the bottom. So there's just this famous picture. I can't remember if the security guard's looking at her, or it's like, he's just like, it's like, don't turn around, dude, because like her butt's right there. So that's how she really got famous. And then people were like, oh, wait a minute, she's actually a good singer.
What do you know?
Right? No kidding. She has returned to Yellowstone for when the final 6 episodes begin in November. And you can be a part of it, too. The show.
Damn right.
The show. And, like, she's a singer on the show, too.
Okay.
A little bit of a buckle bunny. The show is filmed concert scenes at the Fort Worth Stockyards in Texas in a few weeks. Basically, they're looking for extras. You'll be paid. They said men, women, all ethnicities, 18 older, $110 for 10 hours of work. You can go, just Google it. You can look online and find the exact email and stuff. And basically, you're just going to go, right? Because they need a crowd, right? So they're going to need different colors, different sizes, pretty people, ugly people. And they're just like, you'll get paid. I mean, 10 hours is a long time to hear her probably sing the same couple lines over and over.
Over and over.
But it'd be a cool story. You know, you could be like, yeah, I was in Yellowstone.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And for a lot of people, you need a goddamn job anyhow. So go make $110. You ever been to Dallas, Fort Worth? I always forget, Miles, you said what were you watching the other day? Oh, you finally watched Squid Games.
I am not done, but I'm on episode number 5, I believe. 5 or 6. Well, me and my kid knocked out a couple last night.
And how long's the season?
It was only one season. There's a second season coming on. But
how many episodes?
I think 9, maybe.
Okay.
I was going to say 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, there's no... That thing's been out for years. If you haven't looked up even if you looked up how it ends, there's still so much shocking stuff in that. It's a jaw-dropping show. I would still recommend people go watch it because
I need to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be like, oh my god. What I watched last night? Of course, it was Tuesday night. Had to watch a little Deadliest Catch. Good news, boys. They're still out there catching crabs.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. Also,
you're not going to believe this, Ted. They figured out why the crabs left the Bering Sea area.
The food?
No. The water is too warm for them.
What?
Yeah. Shocking news, everybody.
Well, that's a big issue, right? Because
Yeah.
now the U.S. fleet is, they got to fish way farther north. So they're getting very close to that Russian border.
Yeah.
Which, Russia is Russia. So, like, like the one boat, there's like command ships being like, hey, like in Russia, like, you better turn around. We're going to shoot at you or whatever. So, I mean, that's a weird thing. It's also crazy that, like, they did a whole episode on this. Like, back in the day, the Russian fleet and the U.S. fleet were like buddies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, the Russians would hang out in Alaska. The Americans could go over there if they needed to stop off or they were that far over. And then, yeah, you know how it goes. Stuff gets, complicated, this and that. I will say, but good on those dudes out there still doing it and women. But when they talk about those old derbies and it's just like, hey, there's this much time to get as much crab as you can. I mean, those stories are just insane. Just running up on each other and this and that. I did catch up on Hard Knocks as well. It's always hard to tell who's going to be good or bad just when you watch Hard Knocks.
Sure.
I think the Bears will be better.
They'll be better.
Like the Jets was kind of a rough one last year. Aaron Rodgers, ran out for 1 play or 3 plays and then tore his Achilles. So I don't know if that's a fair, did that team get any better? I want to say the Cowboys, the 1 year they were on there, ended up making the playoffs. But, they look that good. If you're a Washington Husky fan, it's fun to just see Rome out there. Just
Absolutely.
He's still making mistakes, like back of the end zone. He only had 1 foot in. But goddamn, he can make some grabs. And then it's also just cool the behind the scenes thing, Judon. The Bears were close to trading for him. And they're like, we don't want to give up that much. And he went over there.
Yeah.
But again, traditionally, that is my lead up to let's get ready for the regular season. You can watch preseason games. You don't get to see so much. Honestly, I think you see better practice footage just watching.
Judon was
Hard
a
Knocks.
Patriot, right?
He was a Patriot.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody else got him. But just
started as a Raven, went to the Pats, but now Bears.
No, he didn't go to the Bears.
Oh, he did not
They
go.
decided he wasn't worth it. And it was interesting hearing the GM go, listen, when we started this job, him and the head coach, a couple of people, we agreed these were our parameters for when we would make a trade. Okay. Right? And they're like, yeah, but he's really good, this and that. And it's funny, the one guy's just like, hey, we set those parameters, we got to stick with them. So they let him go to another team, which I think is fine. He's a little bit older. Anyhow, let's see what's going on tonight. You still got the DNC Democratic National Convention going on. Let's say Tim Walz is formally going to accept the VP nomination. I don't know what he's going to say, but he's from the Midwest, so it'll be on all shucks.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at americanstandardair.com/electrification.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Rhode Island man gets his jaw broken after picking a bad song on the jukebox. Meanwhile, 38,000 people get certified for CPR in case your artery blocks. Naked man in L.A. holding a chihuahua is placed under arrest. Kentucky man proves his kids are not the ones that he likes the best. And in Michigan, a highway goers get an unexpected undressing. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
Our top story, we go to Rhode Island, where bar conduct can land you in the hospital. Authorities were called to a local establishment on reports that a man was in need of medical attention. The story goes that the man was dragged out of the bar by a trio of strangers that were upset with his conduct inside of the bar. The victim tells police that upon being tossed out of the bar, the three proceeded to assault the man, beating him so badly that he ended up breaking his jaw. The man was taken into the hospital for his injuries, and no arrests were reported in the story, but the reason that the man suffered the wrath of the three is because they were upset about his music choice at the bar's jukebox.
And again, we don't know what he picked.
We don't know what the song was. And again, I kind of agree with Miles. I feel like that information should be pertinent.
It's absolutely. It's the main part. Man gets punched in the jaw because of artist's name. Seriously.
Right.
That's the reason.
That's what we wanted to know.
He'd have picked another song, he wouldn't have got punched in the face.
I'm also going to be this guy. It's got to go deeper than that.
It's back to the new category, seriously, right?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's what caused this argument to happen. What song was the song?
Because we might agree.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'd have beat his ass too.
Right.
Or, more than likely, a bit of an overreaction.
Like, my guess is he was probably sitting there just chirping a bar like, I'm going to put on Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA.
Or he'd already put on a couple, and they were like, all right, enough. Like, it's 1 a.m.
Right. He didn't just put a song, they're like, all right, you know the drill.
I mean, like, I assume Touch Tunes is the same way. I know in jukeboxes, like, used to, like, the bartender could just skip a song if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they do that.
Yeah, they still can. All right.
But now, even with touch tunes, if you do it right, you can actually log into a bar from miles away and just play something randomly.
Ooh,
yeah,
that could be fun.
Like if you guys are at the old watering hole, I know where exactly it's at.
We'll know it's you.
I could log into there from Tacoma
and play a song from that jukebox.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all Wi-Fi, it's all internet, but yeah,
it's like my my Samsung Universal Remote app that I have on my phone. If I'm in a bar.
There you go. Have you done that, Miles?
Depending on the source. DirecTV does not work.
Have you played with somebody's TV at a bar?
Boom, 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 boom. Change channel real quick.
There we go. We got golf channel.
Well, you never know which. Like you'll aim it at one, and sometimes it's the one on the left.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm just not a huge fan of. Like I've been with somebody and they're like, "Look, we're going to put on this terrible." It's like, dude, there's people in that bar,
right? We're all trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Right. If you're going to joke people with music, keep it tasteful. Play Sweet Caroline. Right. Right. Something that people can groan about, but still nobody's still that upset about. In other news, we go to Los Angeles, where SWAT teams had to deal with a peculiar hostage situation. It's not exactly a hostage. Authorities were called to a local business structure on reports of a man that had broke into one of the establishments inside. He broke into the building and brandished a weapon at the owner of the store, forcing him out and barricading himself inside. It should be noted that he was flying on crystal meth at the time. When officers failed to coax him out of the building, they shot rounds of tear gas inside, leading him to start a small fire inside of the business before grabbing as hostage his little chihuahua that he had with him, and he made his way to the roof. Officers then were able to get him to come down without further incident. Neither he nor his dog suffered any injuries.
What do you have, like a gun to the dog's head?
I mean, I say hostage. I was being tasteful to drum up a little suspense for the story.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
I thought it was like a movie. Like, I'll blow his little head off. Don't get any closer.
You want to see Chihuahua brains on this window?
Right? This is on you.
This is on you.
Yo, Caro, he's dead.
Blow his little head off.
Also, like, it's his dog. It's so dumb. Like
that's your dog.
Right, it's his dog. Like, why would the cops care? Like, all right, dude, whatever.
Animal cruelty?
Yeah, just like, are you going to come off the roof so we can arrest you or not?
Come on, man. Over to Michigan, where leafy greens are doomed to be bland. Local authorities informed commuters of possible delays following an accident on a local freeway. A semi-truck made contact with a bridge on the freeway, resulting in the side being ripped off of the truck's cargo box, spilling its contents all over the road. A white substance believed to be salad dressing. They informed drivers that the time to clean up the mess would be unknown. Now, Miles, I know that you don't know what salad dressing this was. However, the fact that it's white really narrows it down. It's
I know.
It's either a blue cheese or a ranch.
Yeah, more than likely, based on the fact that the entire truck was full of it.
Exactly.
So it's a high-selling product. That's what I'm guessing.
Is there another white salad dressing?
Well, there could be like a creamy Italian. There's Caesar that can be white.
Oh, yeah.
Caesar, maybe.
Caesar, I guess, yeah.
Also, a Penske truck. Odd choice of transport vehicle.
They were getting there quick.
Yeah, right. Good work,
Well
Ted.
done. Well done.
Call us, Penske. And just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
Thankfully, there's good news.
we turn back the clock to the Euro Championship tournament, where the fleet of people prepared themselves to do some good. The organization has had a recent uptick in raising awareness for cardiac arrest awareness and capitalized on this newfound support by bringing in another organization called the European Resuscitation Council and launched the campaign known as Get Trained, Save Lives, which trained thousands of participants, players, and fans of the tournament, the basics of CPR, and in total, 38,000 soccer fans are now trained and certified in CPR.
That's impressive.
That's cool.
Absolutely, man. Good work, everybody. Men's Room Sports. The Mariners, they're in LA for one more tonight at 7:10 over on the road.
That's it?
It is amazing how they can blow winds.
Yeah. Logan Gilbert on the mound for that one.
It doesn't matter. The starting pitching will be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
They will lose.
You bet. Absolutely. Yeah, they'll have a 5-0 lead.
They were up 3-0.
Yeah.
Early on.
Blew it.
Yeah.
Absolutely blew it. They blew it like they blew their first place lead. They blew it like every other doggone game that they had by the freaking tail.
I mean, their pitching staff is so good. It seems like a waste of a staff that good.
Yep. That's how it is. As far as your weather tonight is going to be a lot like last night.
Wow. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Temperature's going to bottom out around 59 with clouds moving in with a light chance of rain. That makes way for tomorrow, where we can expect mostly cloudy skies and a high of 71 and probably another Mariners loss. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Appreciate it. I'll see you next time for the return of Big Dummy, and Ted's Meat and Potatoes is back as well.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at AmericanStandardAir.com/electrification.
This is NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association. It's Gun Storage Check Week and National Suicide Prevention Month. Securely storing firearms can help prevent suicide. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to deter unwanted access. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org and enter to win a gun safe. That's gunstoragecheck.org. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.